Never done
Hi,
this before.
everybody.
What's up, everyone? What's going on? Welcome to the Trophy Room pre-show. I'm your host, Joseph. Alongside me, Kyle fucked up something because he just did this. And I fucked up
Our
thing. What
our
happened?
windows switched again. So
I'll
it says
gladly be.
Mr. Badbit, and it says you or me, Mr. K-Step.
I'll gladly
Not that
be.
anyone fucking follows me anyway.
No, are you kidding me?
No, I mean anyone new.
Oh, right,
Everyone
right.
that watches already follows.
Like,
me.
you already know.
Yeah.
I love, though, sometimes, like, when we do have it flipped, someone's like, oh, God, Mr. K-Step looks different today. Oh, what's going on here? He looks more attractive.
How dare you?
Kyle, let me tell you something. Real talk.
Mm-hmm.
I've been a bit depressed, as you know, I've made very clear lately. And I tried to get on antidepressants, and they just made me more anxious. Who would have thought the thing that gets me out of my depressive stupor is just a whole bunch of fucking old Conan skits?
Yeah,
Like,
Conan's great.
Conan goes to like he did one where he's like Conan becomes like a Chinese like a Chinese restaurant delivery boy.
Oh
and
God,
like
it's so good.
so fucking. I'm like, dude, God, like he truly
Honestly,
is like
one of my
the
favorite
best.
Conan things is when he like messes with his assistant Sona or
Oh my,
Sonia.
yeah, Sona, yeah,
I think there was one where he goes on a rampage looking for her missing coffee mug.
Gigolo's mug,
Yeah.
yep,
Oh my God, it's so good.
so fucking good. Oh my God, again, honest to God, I really want fucking not stand up like talk shows like that to come back.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know, like I'm maybe once this like election cycle's over, we could get back to like comics not doing political satire. We could just do, you know, remember he had the masturbating bear, like just like dumb shit like that.
Yeah.
You know, like God, that's
Shout out to Paul Rudd whenever he came on when he threw to a clip, it was just like macking me every single time.
Can I tell you something? I'm not even fucking around when I say this. There is a super clip out there of just like
Of
every time Paul Rudd.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I literally watched the whole thing. And when I tell you it got me every single time, it got me every single time. I'm a fool. Everybody, what's going on?
So,
how's everybody doing?
Before we get into the game, because we're still going to play the game, I haven't watched the Assassin's Creed Shadows trailer yet, so we're going to watch it together.
Okay.
And hopefully it works and you can hear it all, and, you know, it's going to be a good old time.
And if it doesn't,
it's not on me.
Burn it all to the ground.
All right, here we go.
Yep. I can't wait for Ubisoft to demonetize us, but it's worth it.
What up, NES Encyclopedia?
Who are you?
I am Jin.
Right.
I have mixed feelings about this game, by the way.
Really?
Yeah.
Our customs.
It's like funny mixed feelings. It's not serious mixed feelings.
Okay.
In the name of unification.
I mean, I know this is all cinematics, but man, it's great.
You are still a frog in a well who knows nothing of the sea.
Doing the flick to get the blood off the sword will never not be cool.
It will never, right? It'll always be the coolest fucking shit imaginable.
Or taking it and wiping it like on your arm guards.
Power. Vengeance.
Mackenzie. I didn't know that was your other one.
And you? Will you continue down that river? Or choose another path beyond what we see?
And we must look for it together.
Oh. Oh my. They're gonna be friends?
We must learn to trust, rebuild.
And follow the blade.
Oh, I had the dumbest joke pop in my head. Ooh.
Damn. I didn't notice that the first time. Fucking straight up breaks the guy's sword with the mace.
Do you serve? We are the shadows.
That serve the light.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay. Okay.
Right?
Okay. Stupid joke that popped in when
Yes.
he got handed the note.
One sec. Someone's yelling.
Oh. When he got handed the note,
Yeah.
I thought he was gonna look up and see the little kid like, oh, there's my target. The other
Target acquired.
The other funny mixed feeling is it's about damn time. We should have gotten this
Yeah.
a long time ago.
Yeah, seriously.
It
But
looks
you know what?
cool though. Again, only cinematics, but it looks cool.
Yeah. So Canet says, just for my B-Day. You
Ooh.
Assassin's Creed coming out?
Nice.
Yeah. Listen, I get it. CG. A whole lot of CG. We'll see more at the Ubisoft Forward. I think it's very much them. You're going, hey, this is what the general vibes are for the game.
Sure, yeah.
And so for me, like I have a few questions. I'll save them for the podcast, but like I am 100% in on this. This is awesome. All right, now we're going to play Guess the Game as we wait for people to get on in the show. Before we start, of course, this is how we always warm up.
I have
Kyle,
a guess off the bat.
what do you think it is?
Do you remember a little indie game we played at PAX East?
Oh, Blood
Roots. That's what
Blood
I
Roots?
thought right off the bat.
Let's try it. Let's give it a go.
The meat in the background is like reminds me of it. It's
Yeah.
probably not right, but
No, actually, I think that's a great guess.
no, it's not.
Damn it.
87.
Got an 87. Okay. Also, how do I mute myself on Discord? I mean, like I put it to like do not disturb.
Oh, you click lower left where your like profile picture is?
Oh, it says online idle.
Yep.
Do not disturb. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I was just thinking maybe Monkey Island.
I think that's a good guess.
Yep. What was the
Yeah.
last one? Secret?
Um,
Secret of Monkey Island?
how's it good? I have no idea. The Secret of Monkey Island. Okay.
It wasn't the
Same.
secret, but
Same thing. Same vicinity of game.
what was it called? Return to Monkey Island? Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Nice job, Vita.
Stingray says this will be a good holdover until Ghost 2. That's what I'm thinking too. And they also probably want to get in front of the Ghost of Tsushima 2 announcement.
Whenever
That's
that
probably
is.
imminent. Yeah.
What is this? Is this a bow?
Okay.
Somebody's hairdo here?
That's a good question.
We got really nothing else to go on.
For something tells me Dragon's Dogma.
Okay.
Don't know why, but something tells me.
Dragons.
Dogma.
Not dogma is dogma. No. Oh, 61.
Ooh, okay.
Not a well-received game. Still playable.
Something tells me,
Elden
like,
Ring.
back the fuck up. Don't come at the king like that. Something tells me, like, what's the Last Guardian vibes? Like, that's what it's giving me.
Oh, yeah, but
The
it
Last
didn't get
Guardian,
It didn't get 60.
it didn't get 60. I know people are like, oh, it's good. It's not like amazing, but it's good.
It's like a.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put the original Nier.
Ooh.
Just to see. No, it's not it.
Damn it.
Gigas. It's PS3.
Gigas. PS3. Is this like
What is the RPG that was on PS3?
61 Gigas? An RPG. It wouldn't be considered Monster Hunter, right?
Was there a Monster Hunter on? No, because Monster Hunter World
No,
was the
because
first
Worlds
one.
was like the first one. Okay.
So Genesis
ooh.
Tracking Guard 3. Let's go with it. I don't know.
Let's go.
I'm not familiar with that game. Oh my god, yeah.
Oh
there it
my
is.
god, so can it. Let's go.
We would have never gotten that.
No. That's why we got these awesome people in the chat.
Right.
Luke says hello. Hello, sir.
Hello.
How are you? What is this? Got a boy.
Got some swords. 2 swords. Is this a Witcher? No.
Let's give it a go.
Girl's got silver hair.
What about Shadow of Mordor?
Oh. It's
One of
not
the Mordor
bad.
games.
That's not a bad guess. Let's go Shadow of War. Let's just see. Oh!
Whoa, look at me.
Hell yeah, Joe.
Wow, first guess. I don't like to brag. I'm pretty good at this, though.
Did you play Shadow of War?
Oh, yeah.
I
Got
played
to the very end.
first one.
Yeah, I got to the end, and then it got microtransaction-y. Remember
That's
that?
what I heard, yeah.
I'm like, wow, this could have been actually an amazing game, and you just stunted it like that.
Okay, cool. Guess the game. What are we gonna do here?
Skip.
What?
There's no way. 90?
Oh my god,
is
I
this
know this.
Balatro?
It's Balatro, yeah.
Look at that. Good. I have enough PlayStation Star points to get Balatro.
Oh, you should.
Should I do it?
It's so good. It's so addicting.
Okay, fair enough. I'll try. People are yelling downstairs as I specifically told them not to do. That's great. At least they're getting it out through the pre-show, you know?
Ooh.
What is this?
The TVs remind me of a Persona, but it doesn't look visually like a Persona. Was it Persona Golden?
See,
Had
so
the
Cam's
whole
like,
Golden
do it.
TVs or whatever.
Yeah, let's give it. Let's do
I
Persona.
don't
What?
think
Persona
it is.
3?
It'd be Persona 4.
See, that's what I was thinking. It reminds me
2.
of Crash.
I'm
we
more
try
confident with
Crash?
Crash? I'm more confident
Yeah.
with Crash.
Because the lettering makes me
Yeah.
think it's Crash Bandicoot.
Let's just go 2.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Too old for Metacritic.
Then now let's try Persona.
No, Persona was around for Metacritic.
It says too old for Metacritic.
That's what I mean. Original series is too old?
Yeah. Wasn't it Shin Megami Tensei Persona?
Maybe I don't. Now that I see this, I don't think it is. No, it's not. Is that Gex?
Is that Gex? Go. Let's go. Let's go.
And
You show too much. You show too much.
hell yeah.
Fuck, what
Gex.
an incredible game. Let's
It's
bring
coming
it back. And
Limited
but
Run's
how
bringing
soon?
it back.
How soon?
I don't know.
Oh, I thought like a new title.
No. Maybe? I don't remember.
Because I have like to me, I have the perfect, and I think about this a lot. The perfect art for that game, like cover art. It's Gex, but like Breaking Bad, like one. You know, same thing.
Yeah.
Bar for bar. All right. Kyle, this looks like one of those weird computer game that you always like, where it's like it's about real life, and I fell in love.
Yeah, which is why I thought Telling Lies off the rip.
So Kenneth says Inscription as well.
That would be. Oh my god!
See?
It's the other Sam Barlow game. It's the one before Telling Lies. What is that called? We had him on the show.
I know.
We mentioned it.
Telling lies. Why do I have a brain fart now? I didn't have my walnuts this morning.
Oh my
So my
god!
memory's
You know
all
what? I have it all down. I'm looking it up.
Her.
It's
her story.
That's what it is. Thank you.
Thank you. Do this.
Yeah.
There you go.
Pretty good game. Pretty good game.
Pretty good game.
All right, last
Very
one.
nice, man. All right. This looks like bullshit.
No, it doesn't.
This looks like SNES.
I'm going Shining Force.
I have no idea what that is.
It's an RPG series I played a ton on my computer back in the day. Nope. I'm close, though.
Final Fantasy II Socanic writes.
Really?
He says it. I trust him.
But the remaster, like the pixel version's got a 63?
It could. Oh, or could this be type in Final Fantasy 2. Let's give Silcana a shot here. I wouldn't want to deny the man.
No.
Okay. Isn't there it just got like a Konami one starts with an S. Fuck me. It just got
Star Tropics?
No.
That didn't get a remaster. ActRaiser? Is this ActRaiser? I thought so, but I thought ActRaiser was SNES. Oh, but it did get a remaster. I think.
So you think it is? There's one that I know just fucking came out.
Let's go ActRaiser. Let's go
okay.
ActRaiser.
No,
it's not. Is this a Dragon Quest?
You think a Dragon Quest got?
Yeah, no, absolutely not. It would be good higher than 60.
There's a Konami.
They said they are saying Dragon Quest. What up, KD?
You guys are saying Dragon Quest? You think?
It does. Like it reminds me of the old.
Hida and Silcana say Dragon Quest.
I mean, let's go.
It's Dragon Quest Dragon.
That's the game.
KD.
Dragon Quest Dragon.
That's what they say.
Let's just go OG Dragon Quest.
Okay.
Yeah, Dragon
Holy
Warrior.
Shit. Okay.
Okay.
Fair enough.
I'm shocked that the remaster only got a 63.
Right? You would think it's more.
Oh, he meant the dragon from DQ. DQ.
Oh, okay. I've been actually in the mood to try a Dragon Quest game.
Totally me saying this to you, Joe, because I know you now. I don't think you would like it.
Not even the newest one?
No.
Okay. Good proof you wrong.
Please do. I want you to get more into JRPGs. So
yeah, I'm gonna try, dude. I'm gonna try my best. Hey, the prepare the drop. This was you, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
That's all updated.
Excellent. All right, ladies and gents, are you ready to talk about how Xbox dead, PlayStation dead, will you live? Are we ready?
I guess so. I always lose the intro. There it is. Okay.
It's okay. My OBS is starting back up. Also, Kyle, I know this is I should say this as a post show thing, but I really want to try SteamYard. I think it's gonna be good for us.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it'll be good for us.
You
and
let
then
me
let me
just
just try. Yeah, just give me 2 seconds. I just got fixed my Windows.
That's fine. I just enjoyed that little bit of silence right there. It's been a crazy few weeks.
It really has, man. It really has. But also, can I say I'm proud of you?
Thanks, buddy.
I often am, and I just don't feel like I say it enough. Also, belated happy birthday, by the way.
Thank you.
You know how I am with bad at dates. And then I saw it was your birthday. I was like, oh, shoot. This man. He must be celebrated. How old do you turn? 16?
37.
All right.
I don't like that number.
Man, it amazes me. I'm 32.
Mm-hmm. I'm
Oh,
still
fuck
waiting on my
yeah.
gift, Joe. Is it in the mail?
No. I gotta figure it
No.
out.
Okay, I'm not getting one. It's fine.
You're gonna get one. It's
No,
just
I'm
gonna be
not.
very
You said
late.
I was gonna get a Christmas gift. I haven't got one of those yet either.
It's gonna be combined into the two.
For next year though, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
All right, are you ready, buddy?
I am. Chat, we will see you in 16 seconds.
Oh, wait, no longer greatness has arrived. Welcome to episode 376 of The Trophy Room, a PlayStation podcast made by the players for the players. I'm your host, Joseph, aka Mr. Badbit, and it is here where me and my best friend Kyle talk about the latest and the greatest in all things PlayStation. Of course, this week, we are talking about the co-executives now in charge of PlayStation's gaming division, Square Enix adding to the long list of talented devs no longer with a job, AC Shadow's reveal, and so much more as we do it live each and every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on youtube.com/PS Trophy Room and audio services the day after. With all that said, with all that out of the way, the greatest co-host, whoever is, whoever will be, Mr. Kyle Stevenson. Sir, you're going to SGF. How are you feeling, bud?
Oh, nervous.
Yeah, man.
But I'm excited. Yeah, so it was briefly mentioned, and I'm going through work, and I can't say why yet. So I'll be there working, so I won't be able to check out demos that are there at Playdays, unfortunately. I'll be able to see them with my eyes and report back, but yeah, I'll be in LA for SGF, part of the Playdays. I'm very, very excited to see media friends that we know and content friends, and fingers crossed they make it in time for the actual show, and I can be there.
Oh, so you're actually going to be in the crowd?
I want to.
Okay.
I want to try to, well, there's logistic things we have to figure out with the reason why I'm there, but if it all works out, I will buy a ticket and go, go watch it.
All right, I'm excited for you. I know it's a lot of stress on your part because you got to find a ticket and 2 days flat, but like I'm just excited that you're doing the damn thing.
Yeah, it feels weird still, but also still very exciting.
Yeah. And like, listen, I know you're learning on the fly with all this stuff, but like, I'm just know I'm very fucking proud of you.
Thanks,
I don't
buddy.
need to bleep that up because it's
We're
true.
grown men here. I'm 37. We ain't
That's
bleeping
right.
a fucking word here, okay?
Oh, what about the kids? Think about the children. It's an explicit show. They should know.
Fuck them kids. You know what I'm saying?
Oh. Listen, I don't have a starter question this week, but I do have a starter comment. This comes from Gav Williamson. He goes, "No question, guys. Just want to say I recently became a dad. Listening to your podcast is getting me through the sleep deprivation whilst doing night feeds. So thank you to you both. Keep doing an amazing job, and I'm looking forward to listening to tonight's show." Kyle, what is so funny about that?
You read that immediately after I said "fuck them kids."
I know. Well, I mean,
I didn't see it there.
I mean, listen.
Oh, Gav,
He's a youngster.
congratulations first and foremost. That's amazing. I'm happy that we get to help you out throughout the really tough times with no sleep.
Bro,
I
can only imagine.
Your kid is excluded from my earlier exploit.
I can only imagine, just like, because like I got this little baby puppy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like you heard her right before the show started. She was yipping and yapping, and the first 3 months were like hell on earth. And I was literally thinking, while I was being sleep deprived, I'm like, I don't think I can ever have a kid. This is too much. Like if I could barely handle a puppy.
I know people are like, Kyle, you're just an uncle. Yeah. But having 4 kids in the house, all older, and one is 2 and change, he'll be 3 in July.
Yeah.
I still don't get a whole lot of sleep.
It's so much. Yeah, so I'm like, I don't know if parenthood's right for me, man. I like doing stuff for myself more. Like I like
Fair.
sleep,
Yeah.
you know. But like, good on you, Gav. Doing us a solid. Hey, I want to know what Gav, talking directly to you and the new parents out there. How do you game now that you have a kid?
Mhm.
Because I heard some people like I get nothing, and then like some people are like, thank God for the PlayStation Portal because that is my driver when the kid is asleep. I just hook that up and I'm good to go. I want to know how you do it. You get a Switch, like what?
I will say, Joe.
Yeah.
The best feeling in the world, especially when there's like little ones, like Gab's little one.
Yeah.
When they're sleeping on your chest, and then you're playing a game as they're sleeping on you. There's nothing more comforting in the world.
Aw.
I love that feeling.
Yeah, no, that kid's gonna have a dent in his head knowing it. God forbid I'm playing like Dark Souls or something, you know what I mean? I'm like, it's this game. I accidentally press the soft spot. Like that's all I need.
Jesus.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
You don't go pressing things on a
It's just
baby.
like my elbow nudged it. Also,
How
like,
high are you playing your games? You're holding your controller way up high?
so truthfully, when I'm gaming, so I have the controller right in front of me, I put my hands on the desk and rest them on the desk
Sure.
when I'm playing. So maybe I'm resting it on the kid's head. You know? Maybe I got to figure out what game I'm playing. I'm not going to be playing Call of Duty. You know? The kid's going to tumble. I get no scope by
How
some Korean
into
name.
it do you get when you're playing?
How into it do I get? How toxic do I become is the real question, Kyle. Pretty toxic. I'm one of those guys where it's like, it's not the lag that it's not the guy that kills me. He's lag switching. Like that's the type of toxic I become. Like it's not good. It's really not good.
Sure.
That's what I think in my older age, as I age up, I'm just like, you know what, this kid's better than me. He's like 16 years old. He's got 8 hours to train on Call of Duty to be a no scope sniping son of a bitch. I don't have that time anymore. I'm just tired and I'm playing. That's all I can do. Just try.
That's all you can do.
That said, 1v1 me on Rust, you cowards. Before we talk about PlayStation, a little bit of housekeeping. Of course, we got new merch, baby. Also, a question for the listeners, viewers, Discord members. Let us know about like some emotes that you would like to have here. Okay, I'd like to give us some cool little emotes. I'd like to commission something because I feel like we got a lot of we got banger, slanger. We're gooning around every now and again. I feel like those would be great little emotes. Give us some ideas. What would you like to see? And then I think I would love to put that as like a patron tier. Like patrons on the Discord get those emotes. I think that'd be fun. And like channel members and stuff like that. Let me know. The workshop. I've been getting inspired while raging in between a Call of Duty.
You see Nisa's in chat?
What's that?
I'll let you read it because it's a
Luke as Pip-Boy for revenge. God, yes. God, yes. And it'd be like the dead one. Like the tongue out, X's on the eyes. Yeah, absolutely. Also, hey, we're diving in to Buy the Players discussion each and every month. Head on over to the Buy the Players channel on the Trophy Room Discord to sign up. This June, we are tackling God of War Ragnarok, and spots are filling fast. So sign up by May 31st to join in on the conversation. And if you got questions, reach out to Marcus O'Neill 79 or Drellish in the Discord, or reach out to us as well. But really, reach out to Marcus because God knows I'm going to be delayed messaging everybody. So that's just how I work. My Discord phone app, Kyle, sucks so bad that I get alerts 12 hours after the fact someone messages me. I'm like, Discord, what are we doing here? So you know what? Message Marcus. Don't message me. Respectfully. I'm dumb. I'm old. I refuse to use technology. Okay. Kyle. It's time for a Patreon pitch. Of course, before we get into the news, we got to thank our top patrons over at patreon.com/PS Like we say each and every week, the reason why we sound so good, look so great, is because of your generosity over at patreon.com/PS Trophy Room. So if you like what you hear, if we got you through a long car ride, a tough day at work, whatever your situation may be, it really does help us out. For example, this month alone, Kyle, guess how much Adobe went up in price? for all our editing software.
How much?
It used to be like $500.
Mm-hmm.
I got a surprise bill today. $750. That was scary. And I don't like that. So,
If only you would listen to me and just buy it by per program instead of the whole suite.
It's not even cheaper. It's even more expensive.
Is it really?
You like two of them, it's like $70 a month. And I'm like, what Adobe, come on, man. What are we doing here?
Yeah.
So honestly, when we say we're not kidding around, every dollar does help. It does keep the lights on. And like Zencastr hasn't even charged us yet. That's this month, I think. So yeah, I'm like kind of panic attack central, That said, it's time to thank our patrons at the newest tier, Mike Thomas at the Platinum tier, our premium producers, Todd Burwitz, and Toxic Platinum members. Jay Shea, Jedi Master Ren, Cowboy Danger D, Jonas Young, the Green Gorilla Gamer. Congrats on the gig. He's going to be an apprentice electrician. That stuff, dude, he's about to roll in the money. He's about to roll in it. I should have been a fucking electrician. You kidding me? I should have done it. But I got thumbs for fingers, Chaotic Monkey, don't think about that too hard. Chaotic Monkey, You Kill 90, Steven Flesh, Strubles and Bits, Bertos Maximus, Chris, Hybrid 748, Matt Valdez, So Can It, Desamine, Jadis Vaughn Metal, Mitchell Gramling, and Randy Hale. I want to thank our gold members, Cypher Primus, Darth Simon the Pie Man, Jesse Garcia, JB the Purple Monkey, Hayden Doyes, Katie, Kevin Mitchell, Kevin Diaz, Marcus O'Neill, The Red Arrow, Ageless Hermit, Andrewsaur, Astronaut Jr., The Winter Gamer, Robbie Bobby Miller himself, Brenton Zachary, Captain Logan, Final Fan, XZ, Hambone, JD Dillinger, Stone Cold, Tino Six Speed, N. Johnson, Sean McKenzie, Rick Arrington, Spam and Bamman, Matthew King, Duh Overlord, Dewane Raksha, Drellish, Rick Davis, Steph Midler, Samuel Nestling, Maximum Carnage, Solo, and the Lord Commander Suddy. Thank you all so much for being patrons, tuning in, and just watching the show each and every week. It really does mean a lot. That said, Kyle, it's time.
Hold on. Just freeze.
Okay.
Before we scrap the news, I noticed it wasn't in the show notes.
Yeah.
And I just remembered it. I'm going to share my screen with you, and everyone else is going to be able to see it.
Oh, okay.
It's something quick. We don't have to stay on it too long.
Okay. Oh, I'm interested. He's doing it. He's doing the damn thing.
I'm doing it.
Yes.
First look at Joel,
Last of Us,
and Ellie from season 2 of HBO.
Yep.
Not much to go on, but seeing those hanged lights in the above. Why am I blanking on his real name?
They're in the tent. It's a tent party.
Why am I blanking on his real name? The actor who plays Joel. Pedro. Good Lord almighty. That's how far my brain is. Just the hints of those little lights has me super excited. And
it's really emotional, man.
Yeah. I'm wondering what that Ellie scene is.
Same.
Because we already got to David.
So here's the one thing that does concern me with these pictures.
Sure.
Ellie doesn't look that much older.
Okay.
She looks kind of the same. I want to see that tattoo.
Sure.
And
they can still give her the tattoo.
I mean, they could. It looks like she hasn't aged a day, but like Joel definitely has.
For sure.
Like he has a lot more gray in his hair. That said, though,
I think the Ellie scene could also be in that in-between years that we don't know about.
Very true.
Kind of how they gave us the Bill episode where they fill in some gaps.
Yeah. That could be. They could be in the hotel for all we know.
Oh shit. Yeah.
That said too, you want to know how I found out the season 2 picks dropped?
How?
I was at Digital Press in Clifton. Shout out to y'all. Great retro store. If you ever want to assassinate me, there's a good chance every month I'm there. And that's not permission too, by the way. All right. I'm just saying.
Just letting everyone know.
Exactly. You got like a grassy knoll. So there is one right across the street. My best friend, I went inside with my best friend. I was trading in a whole bunch of stuff. She just started barking. And I go, oh God, it's Pedro Pascal related. She goes, Joe, woof, 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 woof. Pedro's hair, woof, 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 woof. And that's how I knew. That's how I knew.
That's fair. That's fair.
So, yeah, no, it looks like The Last of Us. God, I love this series so much.
Agreed.
So much. Thank you for the little pip stop there,
Yeah, I want to make
Now
sure we
it's
touch
time.
on it.
Yeah, oh, absolutely, because I would have forgotten, and then that would have haunted me for the rest of my days. It's every time when I forget a little piece of news, like in a week, I'm like, damn it.
That
Beyond
is,
covered this.
That is
and we didn't.
Sure. That is the one thing that I think a lot of people who listen may not realize. It's just the fear of missing out on a piece of news. And just we're just like, this isn't a full-time job, so just making sure we get everything in
this
there.
This is in between our full-time jobs.
Exactly.
Like,
a second or so.
Like, real talk, I know PS I Love You closed its doors. I've been trying to say forever, hey, I know we may be and we have been getting new listeners because of that drop. It really does help us out. If you drop us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, it really does help us out because we are a small show, because we are,
like
just
and
two dudes
subscribe on
doing
YouTube, all the things.
Yeah. Smash the like button, all that good stuff.
Do the whole YouTuber thing. Smash it. Ring that ding-a-ling. You know what I'm saying? Put those notifications on.
Yeah.
Brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends. Zarmina Khan over at PS Lifestyle writes, Ghost of Tsushima PC port delisted from countries without PSN support. Following the Helldivers 2 PSN kerfluffle, Sony has delisted Ghost of Tsushima PC version from countries without PSN support. As we previously reported, Sony backtracked on the PSN integration requirement for Helldivers 2 following widespread backlash. However, the company will be sticking to its guns going forward. As noted by Twitter users and Steam trackers, Ghost of Tsushima was recently delisted from a large number of countries where PSN isn't officially present. The game's single player doesn't require PSN integration, but its Legend multiplayer mode does. Multiplayer, I think I said multi-layer, whatever. Multiplayer mode does, as confirmed by Sucker Punch itself. According to players who have contacted Valve, the company's support team has said that the decision to pull both Helldivers 2 and Ghost of Tsushima from non-PSN countries was actually Sony's, not Valve's. As a result, players who pre-ordered Ghost of Tsushima from non-PSN countries are being refunded, just like Helldivers 2 players were when Sony originally added the mandatory account requirement. As a reminder, while it's common among console players to create PSN accounts in various regions, falsifying information to do so is against Sony's terms of service. The company has never conducted a crackdown on this, but PC players from non-PSN countries who tried creating accounts in other regions could not link them to their Steam accounts. Some PSN accounts were also banned over the attempt.
What in God's green perfect earth is Sony doing here? Like, I get it because it makes sense for Sony, because they're now saying, hey, listen, it's not just about like game sales, it's about monthly active users. It just feels like they're sacrificing monthly active sales that could very much prop up this game for monthly active users of a multiplayer. Not to say it's bad or anything, because it's great, but like, it's not like a Helldivers. Like, most people are not buying Ghost of Tsushima for Ghost of Tsushima Legends. They're playing it for the single player. So to make this, to me, I feel like it's just such a mistake for making this mandatory on this game, where realistically, I think the first game that should have it is Concord. I don't know. What did you take when you heard this news? Because I know, Kyle, you're not a PC gamer.
Nope. But
this does seem asinine.
I don't know. It's like they did just say, like, hey, this PSN account thing, this is what we're doing, Helldivers. Any multiplayer things going forward probably will happen. Yeah. And we kind of mentioned how Ghost should be fine because it's single player, but I guess they are viewing them as one product, Legends and Ghost of Tsushima, which I guess technically, yes, it is.
Yeah.
It's just weird, but also I'm tired of these companies not realizing that everyone falsifies information to get accounts in various regions.
Yeah.
Like, there's literally ads about
not me. I'm a good citizen.
VPN to watch Netflix from other countries.
Yeah.
Like,
but it's like at the same exact time though, I wouldn't NordVPN to get a game. I'm
Oh,
so
yeah, no,
patient
yeah.
for
Mhm. I got you.
Hades too, that I'm like, everybody's like, this is even more content than the original
Oh,
game,
I
and it's
can't wait.
just early access.
Mhm.
But I'm like, I'll wait till it's out on PlayStation.
Yep.
I'm excited as all hell, but like, I'll wait.
Or if I ever get a Steam Deck, but right now I'm not itching to sit here at my desk to play it.
Right. So like for me, it just feels so bizarre that PlayStation's doing this. And like, I love what Strubles and Bits just wrote in chat. Is the new console wars just Sony and Microsoft seeing how they could how pissed they can get their communities? Like, yeah, this it's asinine. Like, I
It's
don't
like
think they're
anything
pissing
you
off
can do,
their
I can do
community.
better.
Yeah, I think it's even worse to me. It's like they're pissing off, opportunities for people to be, potential community members. If this is like you're just gating it off to people in God knows where because you just want someone to sign up to PSN, like I think it's dumb.
It almost feels like a schoolyard fight between kids where Sony and Microsoft are minding their own business and not saying this happened at all. This is the joke. And Nintendo, the third kid, comes up and tells something to each of them separately to make those two fight, and then Nintendo goes sit back like, go ahead.
Fools.
Yeah. That's kind of what it feels like, because it's like Nintendo's just sitting back there. It's like, listen, we'll talk about Switch 2 eventually.
Eventually.
It's fine, whatever. And then every other week, it's like Xbox is this bad thing, and PlayStation's doing this bad thing, and they go going back and forth, and
honestly,
stupid.
The one thing that I could give credit to Nintendo right now, as I think it may be a common theme of this episode, is like they're looking at their Switch 2 drop. They're looking at their console and they're like, we don't need to go on PC. Like, we're just fine doing our thing here.
Yeah.
They get to arrive late to the HD scene where all the problems and whatever it gets ironed out. And they just kind of sit there going, we don't need to worry about monthly active users. We just kind of want to make good games. And when it comes down to like the shareholders, it doesn't feel like they're beholden of them. Mm-hmm. They're just like, yeah, Switch 2 is going to be delayed till next year. Deal with it. Do we have games this quarter? Don't worry about it. Shut up. Let us cook.
I could also be completely wrong, but I feel like anything Nintendo puts out, they know people are going to buy it.
And Strubles also said, allegedly falsifying their accounts. Allegedly.
Sure. Okay.
Like, let's hold up. Not me. But it just feels odd. It feels like PlayStation's coming into this half-baked, half-cooked. Because part of me is like, guys, like for the people that are upset where like the countries you can buy from, Ghost of Tsushima, are upset because they have to log into PSN. I'm like, guys, you got to do that with every game. They literally told you on the Steam storefront.
To be annoyed about.
Exactly. Can we not? It's 2024. The world's bleak enough. Can we just relax? But at the same flip of the coin, just to eliminate games from the storefront of potential buyers is just so dumb and so short-sighted that honestly they should be figuring out how to put PSN in more places.
Yeah.
Not just cutting them off. I just think it's so stupid.
Yeah, it's just for those that are upset that they need to log in, like it's such a minor inconvenience.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even say inconvenience. I would just say it's just another step.
Yeah. But like again, for the folks that are pissed that want to play this game, rightfully so.
Oh, yeah, the ones who are actually affected by this,
yeah.
I understand the anger. I understand the frustration.
And the heat should be aimed at PlayStation. Because the one thing that I don't like, and then we'll go on to the next topic, I promise. But like, for example, the Helldivers downvoting. Like the community's back, like the 200,000 positive reviews in a day. That's great. But the one thing I don't like is like people are already review bombing Ghost of Tsushima. And I'm like, dude, from the Helldivers fiasco, it's like, dude, nobody even played this game yet. Like there should be something in place. And this is me talking out of my ass. Someone in the comments, please correct me, but like you should be able to, like, buying the game isn't enough. They should have like hours played and then go, oh, okay, now you can review the game.
Absolutely.
It shouldn't be that simple.
It should be the same thing. I think we've spoke on it before when it comes to like Metacritic.
Yeah.
A review bombing on there, you have to at least have be a user for a long time or actually publish reviews or something like that instead of just doing it because you're upset and you want to join in on the fun.
Yeah. It's annoying.
Yep.
All right, Kyle. Let's talk about one of the big news this week.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't even say maybe it's the biggest. You tell me. Take it away.
It's interesting. Christopher Dring over at GamesIndustry.biz writes, PlayStation names Hermen Hulst and Hideaki Nishino as its new CEOs. Hermen Hulst and Hideaki Nishino will jointly succeed Jim Ryan as the CEOs of Sony Interactive Entertainment. Hulst is CEO of the newly named Studio Business Group, which includes all of PlayStation's first-party teams, plus covers the development of PlayStation IP onto other mediums, such as TV and film. Hulst was already head of PlayStation Studios. He was previously the co-founder of Horizon and Killzone developer Guerrilla Games, which was acquired by Sony in 2005.
Kyle, I'll be right back. You keep reading.
Okay. Quote, I am thrilled to lead the Studio Business Group and continue to build on our success with PlayStation 5 while preparing for the future, Hulst said in a statement. The video game industry is one of the largest entertainment industries in the world and has been built on the marriage of content and technology, and I look forward to continuing to push the boundaries of play and entertainment, end quote. Hideaki Nishino will lead the Platform Business Group, which includes console hardware, technology, accessories, PlayStation Network, and third-party relations covering major publishers and indie studios. He was already the SVP of Platform Experiences. He's been part of the Sony business since 2006, holding numerous roles at Sony Network Entertainment, Sony Corporation, and SIE. Quote, we will continue to connect players and creators through world-class products, services, and technology, Nishino said. We always strive to grow our community even bigger with innovation in every area at Sony Interactive Entertainment. I am honored to be appointed such an important role alongside Hermen. By working more closely together, we will be positioned to build incredible experiences for an ever-expanding audience now and in the future, end quote. Both leaders will report to Sony Interactive Entertainment chairman Hiroki Totoki, who has been acting CEO of the division since Jim Ryan stepped down from the role at the end of March. Totoki is also president, COO, and CFO of Sony Group Corporation. The latest changes will take effect from June 1st. Quote, Sony Interactive Entertainment is a dynamic and growing business that delivers incredible entertainment experiences through the connection of content and technology, Totoki said. These two leaders will have clear responsibilities and will manage strategic direction to ensure the focus remains on deepening engagement with existing PlayStation users and expanding experiences to new audiences, end quote. The fact both new CEOs are established PlayStation veterans is in keeping with Sony's approach of promoting from within. However, the decision to have two leaders is not something the business has done before and reflects the growing size and scale of the division. PlayStation Studios' business has grown exponentially over the past 10 years, both in terms of headcount and scale of its brands. Its recent strategy has seen it port more of its titles to PC, develop TV shows and movies based on its IP, and push into live service game development, which included the acquisition of Destiny developer Bungie in 2022.
Ooh. Kyle, that's a whole lot of stuff right there. I also want to just get this out of the way too, so I'll read this portion. This
Thank
was announced.
Christ.
I know.
I saw all those numbers. Like, I cannot.
I got you, buddy. Don't you even worry about it.
Yeah.
So they announced this alongside their new financial report for the year. Let's talk about it. Annual revenue was up 17% to a record $29.8 billion.
PlayStation dead.
Dead on arrival. This is the worst news I've ever heard. Software sales were up 24% at $14.1 billion. Dead on arrival. Oh my God. 4.5 million PlayStation 5 sold in quarter four. That's down 29% from PlayStation's all-time quarter four record of 6.3 million the previous year.
Abandoned ship.
Dead on arrival. Are you kidding me? Oh my God. Let's light the sales. It's done. 20.8 million PS5 sold during the financial year of 2023, up 9% over 2022, the previous
Mom,
year.
where's my Sega Master System?
It's narrow miss of the revised 21 million forecast, but a record year for PS5 console sales. Lifetime PS5 sales are now at 59.3 million, nearly equal to the PS4 launch aligned at 800,000 less.
What are we gonna do, Joe?
Dude, it's over.
We don't have a show anymore.
I know. I guess we just turned this into the Xbox show. Profits rose with operating income of $868 million in quarter four, up 172% over quarter four of last year. Operating income at plus $20 billion in 2023.
Just two, 100, by the way, not 20, just $2 billion.
Not just $2 billion.
I mean billion, but just
chump change.
Tomato.
118 million active users on PlayStation Network as of March 31st, up 9%. Forecast 18 million PS5 console sales for 2024 with a higher operating profit ending in April 2025. Here's the thing that I really want to underline. Helldivers 2 is officially the fastest selling PlayStation game ever, with 12 million units sold in 3 months. It beat Spider-Man. It beat God of War by 1 million. That's crazy. Now, they don't expect sales to increase from first party this year, but do in 2025 and 2026. So don't expect the big guns from Sony. Don't expect like the shadow drop of Wolverine or Bloodborne remake. God, sorry. Sony says they will invest more, and this is the part I don't really like. Invest mostly into the music segment, followed by PlayStation. Sony Group has set aside $11.5 billion for investment / acquisitions over the next year. Again, don't like that. We've learned it from Activision Blizzard for the opposite reasons. Don't like it.
Can I just butt in here and just say, hearing the word billions, up billions of dollars, you just laid off 900 employees.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me? Like, this is the part that makes me so angry. You're making a ton of money.
Yeah.
I feel like, let alone 100 million.
Right.
Is enough to probably hold on to the 900 employees. But the fact that you're setting aside 11.5 billion to invest in acquisitions, I don't know, invest in your people, I think is a better move with that money than acquiring more people, which eventually will probably lead to more layoffs.
Yeah.
It's just this whole thing just stinks.
Yeah. And like, it's true. At the same exact time, PlayStation's operating income, when it comes down to like the money they make versus, how much is actually pure profit, like those things are very slim. I get what you're saying though, because you're right. Like they just laid off 900 people across so many studios, talented folks from Naughty Dog over to closing down whole studios over at the London studio. And it's like, man, I understand the economics of it, but like the humanity of it, I can't escape.
Yeah, but even then though, like you read it, it said profits rose up over almost 200% since last fiscal quarter in Q4. Like, again, this is just me on the outside looking in and not understanding how business works. But the optics of me, a normie, looking at this and being like, you're making a ton of money, you're laying off all these talented people. For what reason?
Yeah.
They could be making a great game for you right now and to increase those profits even more.
Like for example, like the thing I talked about last week of like Insomniac Games makes the best selling, one of the fastest selling games in PlayStation history. And they go, Wolverine's a little slower, moving a little slower than we'd like. We're going to lay off like 40 people. It's why don't you just throw them onto the project and make the project maybe go faster? I don't know.
It doesn't compute. It just doesn't compute when I see all these big numbers. And
that's fair.
Every week we're talking about another layoff. So spoiler alert, we're going to talk about another company that might have some. So like it's just bonkers to me. It's bonkers.
Yeah. It's bonkers that these companies are laying off folks and they're profitable. It's not like they are losing money. It's literally they're all recording their record years.
Ship.
Yeah.
They can retain the water a little bit and keep on people, you know.
That said, that's why I sold my PlayStation to buy 5 Ouya's. Quote, the business model up to and including the PlayStation 3 was focused on increasing the number of software units sold in relation to newly sold hardware for each console generation, said the SIE chairman Hiroki Totoki. After the transition period during the PS4 gen, the PS5 model has shifted to one where playtime on the platform has increased due to the expansion of the user community beyond console generations. This is them alluding to, hey, listen, it's kind of like how Microsoft moved the goalposts for them, going, it's not about games, it's actually about Game Pass, and then they moved that too. This is them saying, listen, there are so many people still using PS4s because they're playing Fortnite on PS4, and it's just fine to them. That it's now about, hey, this is how many people are within our ecosystem. This is actually the metric, if you're a shareholder, you ought to be looking at. And whether shareholders buy that or not, that's solely up to them. But I do understand the new metric. That said, Katie writes in, hey guys, as always, hope we are doing well. So we finally have our new leadership confirmed. And to be honest right now, I'm feeling good about PlayStation's future. We have got two figures with tons of experience and have been with PlayStation for years. Especially with Hermen, we know what type of guy he is. He's more charismatic than Jimbo ever was. That also fills me with the confidence that this is the right choice. Also, I feel like it's a good thing to have two folks overseeing two different departments. That way, they can both get equal amount of care. What do you guys think of this announcement? As always, love and take care. Kyle, what? This is true. It's kind of like the I put this up on Twitter. It's like the Office episode where like Jim and Michael both become co-bosses.
Yep.
Immediately, that's the first thing I thought of.
Yeah.
What about you, bud?
I mean, I do like that they promote from within. I do agree that having them each run separate parts, I think, is good for. Yeah. I think that's a healthy thing to do. I think in most companies. Just to reduce the amount of stress and things falling through the cracks, I think is smart to do.
Yeah.
Especially at that high level and high position. But also, I'm remembering our talk last week and me not wanting to put these people on a pedestal yet as much as we have in the past.
Yeah.
And I like Hermen. I like the games he's made. I have no issue with him at all. But also, I want to stay a little guarded until, something bad happens and he makes a bad choice.
Yeah. For me,
a little jaded today. I don't know. It's weird.
I know you're a little jaded. No, I like this energy. Because it's not like we're just circle jerking over Hermen Hulst. Oh, he's so great because he's very handsome.
He's very handsome, Ed, and I no doubt know he will do a good job.
Yeah.
He knows what he's doing as a head of Guerrilla. He's been head of First Party for a few years now, right? It's been 2022? I mean,
I think this is a very smart idea.
Yeah.
Like, jokes aside, to me, it's like, okay, so you have one guy that's dealing with all the platform-centric stuff of growing the platform end, right? Which means, hey, we're investing in more gadgets and gizmos to get you around this ecosystem. They're very much thinking now PlayStation as what I've been preaching, what you've been preaching for years now. It's not about PlayStation 5. It's about the PlayStation ecosystem. And then you have another guy that is solely working on the software end. And that has a lot of work too, because you're not just thinking about, oh, how can I keep up the energy from a Spider-Man 2 over to Concord, over to whatever Bungie's cooking up, Marathon and what have you, like all the slew of games, Ghost of Tsushima 2. But now you're also thinking about what Sony's very much aware of, and the mission statement is, okay, game, to make these games keeps on getting more and more expensive. We're hitting our ceiling of players on each one of these games. The common theme we've seen with every company out right now, how do we grow? And Hermen has to think of, okay, so how do we port games over to a platform that isn't our own while making sure it's still special to PlayStation, right? And how do we invest in places like Nexus or like when they look at acquisitions in the future, what I definitely do think they're going to be doing is looking at more places like Nixus that help pour over first party into the PC realm. So like for me, that's what I'm kind of thinking of what Hermen's up to is how do I get more of these games on PC? How do I get these games over to mobile and it makes sense for our bottom line? And I think that is what Hermen's job is, while at the other side of the end, like, you know, he's a new name and I'll remember it in a week. Nishino. God, it's a good fucking name. I wish I was in Nishino. You kidding me? His job is like, how do I grow the platform? Because that's going to be the challenge. PC's gobbling up everything. Switch 2's coming. How do we keep PlayStation relevant? And I think it's via a handheld. But like, yeah, I think they both have monumental tasks in front of them. From what I've seen on the developer side of things, a lot of people like this. And I think that's what matters the most. Like seeing the Larian dev go, actually, I don't hate this at all.
Yeah.
I think it makes sense. It also goes to show how giant PlayStation has become, where they need CEOs to just overlook this entire organization because it's just so incredibly massive. Yes, Kyle Stevenson, trophy.
Yeah, I was just going to say when it comes to the Nishino, to also make sure that the third-party relations are still strong. And we still get strong third-party support and whatever that will entail in the near future. Because that
you kind of third-party to go exclusive for you, you know?
Yeah, maybe.
Seems like Square's gullible enough.
I don't know, maybe. So, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, yes, this is a smart move. I'm way okay with this. I like that this is now, like, out of the way.
Yeah.
And we can move on, and now let's see a roadmap. Let's see a lineup. Let's get some news out there, you know? That's kind of what I'm waiting for now, because we're in showcase season.
Yeah.
Whether or not something's going to happen, I mean, it's like the most unkept secret in the world. Like, they'll have something.
Next week.
But you think next week?
Next week.
Really?
I think this episode's gonna come out, and we're gonna be like, "Wow, this episode's doing really good numbers wise." And then Friday they're gonna put out a goddamn PNG image. Join us next week
for a state of play or an actual showcase.
I don't know.
Wow, you see, I hate when you do this. I hate when you do this.
I genuinely don't know. That's the scary portion.
I need to get your uncle at PlayStation's email so I can also email him and find out what's going on.
Well, it's my aunt.
Oh, your aunt? Oh, I will gladly hit up Aunt Moran.
Kyle, all you gotta say, here's the thing. All you gotta say is with confidence and gusto, and people are gonna believe you. You know? Watch this.
That is how we get in the situation where we get those jokers on Twitter.
Yeah.
Don't turn into them.
No. I'm gonna get clipped right now on Twitter. You're gonna see this. Watch this. Watch it pro at work.
Oh boy.
Hey guys, I heard from a reliable source. Actually, a couple of them. We're gonna get something PlayStation related, an event next week. Now here's the thing. Ignore the dog barking. Look at me. Or listen. I don't know if it's a showcase or a state of play yet. Some people have been telling me state of play. Some people have been telling me showcase. But honestly, I can't make heads or tails of it right now. So I would say let's keep our expectations in check. If it does happen, great. And if it doesn't, you know, again, it's just what I heard. So, you know, things could change.
Thanks for coming to our Twitter space.
Did I just do the generic things are happening, you know, thing? Did I get clipped yet? All right, great. But seriously, next week. Ghetto Barry writes, "Hey guys, hope you're both doing Jiffy." Oh, both doing Jiffy. Oh, hello. What are you hoping the newly appointed CEOs bring to the table that's an improvement on our mate Jim, but an all-around CEOs prior? I'm hoping it's more communication between them and gamers and less blog announcements. Do you think they'll introduce themselves to the next PlayStation Showcase or State of Play? I don't know. As always, take care and love always.
They absolutely will introduce themselves in the next whatever it is. I think what I want to see from them outside of communication is what Jim got caught up in, and is kind of the reason why we are now. He was chasing the trends too much.
Yeah.
And I want them to kind of stick to their guns and not worry about what other people are doing and just make the best possible things that you want to make. And not worry about, we need a live service game. We need a blank, blank, blank. Like, just...
Yeah.
It's okay if they want to do that. That's fine. But to push every studio, like, you got to make one of these things. And we've seen how many of those actually come out. So, like, it's like, really put in the support behind these things, behind first party, behind what they want to make. Support the tech, like VR, support the Portal, support whatever is coming out, and actually support these things. Yeah. That is what I want more than anything.
And from the financial report, they also said PlayStation Portal has been flying off the shelves. It's greatly outdone their own metrics, which is awesome. And David writes in, people would be shocked how tight-lipped the big three are about showcases. There was once something I was working on that was in a showcase and didn't even know it was going to be used there. LOL. Yeah. That means some of the people that are telling me things, maybe their names, I can't say it, but
yeah, you can't.
German Jost.
I wonder who.
It's Hermen with a mustache. Oh man, I hope some people bought that though. Anyway, guys, I have no idea. So next week though, less blog posts. Here's the one thing I want to talk about with Ghetto Berry. Honestly, the whole fiasco with Xbox, first off, is my heel turn. Now I know I sound like one of them, the fanboys on Twitter, but like I'm embracing it because like you guys suck. You guys, seriously, the high five devs, you're gonna do them that dirty? Oh, we need smaller games, and then like Sarah Bond's like gets the question of like, so what? You said they could do whatever, and then you fired them at the Bloomberg thing, and then she gives us like, well, you know what? We have a mobile app. It's like, guys, shut the up. I'm so tired of it. So I'm actually thinking maybe, listen, as much as every time Jimbo talked, it was awful. But at least he didn't get our hopes up that he was going to change, It's like, we knew what we got. This guy just likes cats, and that's about it. And money. Like, he's not fooling anybody. So now it got me rethinking, again, with my villain arc intact now. Like, no, actually, maybe it is blog posts are the way to go. Maybe you only talk when you really mess up.
Oh.
And I know it sucks. I know it hurts because I would love to talk about...
Okay, let me take back my thing of hating them. They serve a purpose.
Yes.
That purpose shouldn't be everything and everything.
We got Silk in it. He believes me. He says, Joe wouldn't lie to me. I believe in the showcase or state of play.
The fact that we got a blog post unveiling the VR2 and like showing off indie games and whatnot.
Yes.
That blog post should be used for updates, not revealing things for the first time.
Yeah.
Is the way I view it. The metrics could be different. But or on their end, like the information and stats that they use, but to me,
Nisha writes in.
Yeah, go for it.
They write in. Microsoft sucks at marketing. Travis was talking about Microsoft marketing department on the Bitcast. Yeah, I've heard something similar. Like, truthfully, I've heard something similar where it's like, yeah, Microsoft, that marketing team is bare bones and literally just trying their best. So like, when I see all the heat that like Hellblade's lack of marketing's getting, it's like, guys, they're just doing their best.
Yeah.
Like, understand they are working with practically Canva. Like, so let's just... I get it, but...
I think a lot of people would be shocked, though, like marketing people. Like, hell, I'm in marketing now. That's what I do every day.
Yeah.
The amount of games each one of us at my company have to run, especially during Next Fest now, is bonkers. It's the reason why I'm like running on autopilot right now and overwhelmed constantly because there's so much to do and not enough time. And I give those people grace. I give them all the benefit of the doubt. You have a joke loaded, and I can tell.
Yeah, it just popped. My ADHD popped in. Sorry.
No, but like when it comes to people bashing at the marketing people, like they have a really tough job to do.
Yeah, seriously.
Combating everyone else's plans and trying to find the right time to announce your thing. It's a never-ending battle.
And then they're also customer service because I got, again, with the Microsoft stuff, like they're getting heat for decisions that aren't theirs that they also
lines.
hate.
They're the people that is the first to see the interactions. Yeah, it's awful.
So it's they got a hard job. That said, though, like you're right, not everything is a blog post. Give some things fanfare. Totally agree with you. But like, I actually have learned to love, maybe it's because I don't know. Maybe it's like reverse Stockholm syndrome of like how little most of the PlayStation executives are off Twitter, right? Like you don't like Hermen Hulst tweets when it's PlayStation related, and then that's it. Shuhei just loves to celebrate indies, and that's it. And like, Jimbo, I think he was on LinkedIn, maybe. So in that regard, have yourself indie showcases. I think those are important. You're right. Actually act like you're invested in VR. Put out little showcases there. But like in terms of like always talking to us, less is more. So I do think less opportunities to put your foot in your mouth,
Oh, I totally get that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm like Katie, I'm optimistic for the future. I think they got the right people for the right jobs here, and I'm very interested if I'm honest, I'm more interested to see what Nishido has in store for us in terms of how they think about growing the platform. It's going to be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Kyle, you're on to the next bit of news. This one is, you're going to see a different side of Joe.
Oh.
But I will say that the joke that I had lined up was, if I am right, and my uncle at PlayStation
I
told
thought it
me
was your
things,
aunt.
it could be any relative.
Okay.
You're limiting just the aunt and uncle. Could be a cousin.
You literally said aunt.
I don't know. Maybe it's a half aunt. If I am right, I do want people to go at me at Mr. Badbit with the gif of Dune 2 with Stiggar going, at least I got game. I need that immediately. If it is next week. Which it is. All right, Kyle.
Cat
Ready
Bailey over at IGN writes, Square Enix preparing for layoffs in U.S. and Europe amid heavy restructuring. Square Enix will be the latest publisher to undergo layoffs in the U.S. and Europe amid extensive restructuring, VGC reports. Square Enix president Takahashi Kiryu reportedly confirmed that layoffs will take place in the U.S. and Europe during an internal town hall on Monday. IGN can confirm that the town hall took place and that workers within Square Enix are bracing for layoffs as a result. According to VGC, many of Square Enix's internal Slack channels were locked following the meeting. According to the report, Square Enix's publishing arm, IT, or is it IT? It?
Yeah, IT.
And indie division are among the areas that will be.
Got the clown of
That's why I was like, "There's no way."
That's why he's living in the server, the sewers. Yeah.
According to the report, Square Enix's publishing arm, IT, and indie division are among the areas that will be most affected by the layoffs. The scale of the layoffs has not been confirmed. IGN has reached out to Square Enix asking for confirmation of the layoffs and an official statement. The reports of layoffs follow Square Enix's announcement of a significant reboot in the wake of a financial year that saw its profits drop by 15.8%. Square Enix finances has been under increased scrutiny of late due to reports of FF7 Rebirth and FF16, those Final Fantasy, failing to meet internal expectations. Square Enix is plotting a 3-year plan in hopes will spur long-term growth, including a shift to multi-platform development. Square Enix recently absorbed a $140 million content abandonment loss due to canceling multiple unannounced projects and has reportedly elevated a new group of creators, according to a Bloomberg report.
All right, Kyle. Out of all, like, every layoff is sad and fills me with sadness, and then this year has been a lot of madness. Like, I've been very angry afterwards.
Yep.
To me, this is probably one of the few that I don't feel the anger because this is a new CEO, they have changed up the C-suite like they are changing the old guard, even up to the producer level of like changing how they make games. So you've been seeing the restructuring for months now. Doesn't make this any less sad, but we've known for a while now that Square Enix is sick. Like they're not feeling well, and they do need a remedy. And when you're going through, hey, none of the games are popping like they used to. There's something wrong with how we make games. We gotta go back to, like a better word, square one, and retool ourselves. This is part of the hurt. This is part of the restructuring. And again, it sucks, but this doesn't have me filled with anger like how we saw with like the PlayStation layoffs, that were totally unnecessary, unneeded. Where you take a look at the Microsoft layoffs, totally unnecessary, unneeded. Embracer, it's like all these dumb bets that Lars got to keep his job for. It's like this is a CEO that's coming in and having to restructure and fix something on the fly because the last CEO was too busy with NFTs. So, as sad as this is, there is a bit of like understanding to it, if that makes any sense.
I understand where you're coming from. I'm still more on the angry side.
Sure.
Just because of the history of Square Enix putting their goals so fucking high.
That's true.
For their games to not hit and then blame it on other things than them setting the goalpost too high.
Yeah.
We saw it with Guardians, we saw it with Tomb Raider, we see it now with Final Fantasy numbers. Also, let's not forget, as much as I love Rebirth and I love the marketing behind it, it was fucking everywhere. And that is expensive.
True.
Like, they had a deal with Insomnia cookies. Like, you could buy a box with the FF7 characters on it and whatnot. Like, that's not cheap. They had a full billboard, I think, in the UK filled with DualSense controllers. That's probably not cheap. They took over Times Square. Those ads times is super expensive. And they are a huge company. So that is kind of like the norm, quote unquote, to have that kind of marketing power. But, like, again, I feel like their goals, they're like,
that's a good point.
They put it way too high. And granted, maybe now that we have a new head of Square Enix, that might change. At least I hope so. Yeah. As long as you don't handcuff the devs and what they want to do with their games.
Yeah.
Like, I want to make sure the third entry of the remake series is at the same level as Rebirth. Like, I don't want them to go and like, all right, you have like 3/4 of the budget you had.
Right.
That will affect the game. Like, I hope it doesn't affect the internal teams, but at least when it comes to making the games, I'm sure it will affect the teams. Obviously, there's going to be layoffs, but I don't know. It just, all this sucks.
It does. It does. Kevin Ainsworth writes in, do you think Square is truly done with exclusive deals? And if so, what games are you excited to see go multi-platform? I know most will say Final Fantasy VII, but man, Triangle Strategy is amazing and deserves to be on more places than just the Switch. 100%. That would be the game that I would take. 100%.
I mean, we got Octopath.
Yep, got Octo too.
One isn't on PlayStation yet.
Right. Probably never will be.
Which is weird. Yeah, Triangle Strategy, I think, is the one. Because I feel like most of their other games are everywhere. Like, we get most Square Enix games.
Well, some people would point to, I've seen Paul Tassi get a lot of heat because he titled Square done with PlayStation deals. And people are like, actually, they've put, in the last like 4 or 5 years, 32 games on multi-platform. I think it's like 6 on PlayStation and 9 on Nintendo. So like, because 69.
Yeah, yeah, no, I gotcha.
So like, I understand that sentiment, but I think what they're truly saying is like, if we read between the lines, is, hey, maybe we don't let our Final Fantasies be exclusive, because even like Chun 2D2 writes in, Square definitely aims expectations too high, but man, those Final Fantasy numbers were surprisingly low, and it was.
Yeah, you're not.
And so like,
you're not wrong. They're not wrong.
And it sucks because like Final Fantasy 16, fantastic, right? FF7 Rebirth, fantastic. But when you think about it, hindsight 2020, yeah, it does make sense. Final Fantasy Rebirth sold low because how many people played the first one and beat the first one?
It's a sequel,
and so like what we're seeing here is going to be an anomaly of like, well, maybe next time when you remake a thing, there's no twists, Nomura. It's just here's the game remade, bam, done.
No twists and not separating into three
exactly.
titles over a decade plus or whatever.
Exactly. Now, someone's going to drop the bag for you as well. And I think that's probably what happened with Final Fantasy VII and like things like, Bravely Default or whatever. It makes it appetizing, but I think Square's thinking about the bigger picture, the broader picture, which is more people need to see our games because they're not hitting like they should. Like Final Fantasy 15 multi-platform game. Come on now, sold better than 16. Like this is a problem. It's good for us as PlayStation gamers because we get cool shit, but I want Square to survive. So
I'm also totally okay with third party staying third party.
Yeah, totally fine with this.
Yep.
So not a surprise for me. That said, Kyle, I would like you to read the second question here because it's a nice comment mixed with a question. I read one nice comment. I feel like you should get the other one.
Oh, okay. Fluke23 writes in, "Good afternoon, evening, Gooner Gang." How dare you? You set me up. I hope you're both well and having a great week so far. It's been a minute since I dropped the question, so I've been playing a bit of catch up on the episodes. My Nana was admitted to a hospital in March, and I've been visiting her every other day straight from work, so I'm listening to the podcast on my hourly drive over. First of all, Fluke, hope she recovers quickly and she's okay.
Yeah. And you're a good grandkid.
Absolutely. For this, I can only thank you both for the amazing work you both always churn out, and always for the laughs and giggles you gave me while driving and helping to cheer me up while things have been pretty manic and emotional. Without you guys, my drives would have been pretty dull and miserable. Anytime, buddy. Hopefully we'll keep doing it for us forever and ever.
Yeah.
Except for in a few weeks when I'm out and then Joe's out. It's going to be weird.
It's going to be weird.
I do have a question for this week's Sony Pony Express. Yeah! With Squeenix now taking a multi-platform approach with future games, what are your thoughts and how this will impact the bigger titles to come? It wasn't so long ago they had stated that they wouldn't have been able to achieve what they did with Final Fantasy if it wasn't console exclusive. So with that being said, do we think the future games will be held back in their performance? Do we think this is the right approach they are making? Sure, it will allow a larger fan base and potentially increase their sales figures, both of which I am fully for. However, would they not benefit from concentrating on better quality games being developed and putting more time into making one great hit rather than the 5 that fall flat? As always, keep doing what you do and creating the best gaming podcast around. Side note, for a bit of a laugh, did you know here in the UK there's a football team called Arsenal? I do.
Yeah.
Whose nickname is the Gunners. Well, their fans are known as Gooners. So now you can picture thousands of Gooners in one stadium and no one bats an eyelid. Enjoy that image.
Right. Everybody's hallucinating in the stands.
That's great. You know what? For Joe's birthday, I'm going to buy him an Arsenal jersey.
Yes. Everybody's edging in the stands.
Gooner gangs.
Gooner gangs unite. Yeah. Let me tackle this first bit.
Sure.
When they say things like wouldn't have been achieved if it wasn't console exclusive, that's them saying it. Like they're just saying it to say it. Like that's more marketing than anything.
Sure.
It's to get you hyped. Because it'd be like, what console? Because like, chances are, again, Lil Birdie told me, who cares? Like, it's open secret. FF16 is going to be ported to Xbox eventually.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, we didn't say it was the PlayStation 4 or Xbox One. It's like, okay.
Where else is it going to go?
Exactly. It's going to go on the next gen console. So like, that's them playing with words. In terms of making quote unquote bigger games, I think they need to tap into that backlog. There's so many. Look, you got Dragon Quest on the horizon that people are really excited for. You got Kingdom Hearts. You got to make these bombastic titles that are going to hit, because what they're noticing is like things like Valkyrie Elysium or Diofield Chronicles smaller games don't hit, and they see that the ones that are exclusive, like your Forspokens, don't hit either. And they're making smaller games or medium-ish size games, charging you full price for them, which is the problem. And they're not hitting where they should be hitting. And it goes back to them restructuring and making sure things work maybe at a more modern setting. So to me, I like what they're doing here. Again, I think like what they do in the future is like, yeah, first you port the games that you can onto other systems. Maybe you try to get out of the deal with PlayStation in terms of like put Final Fantasy VII Remake on all the things you can. And then go from there. And maybe the money you take is like, hey, marketing for Kingdom Hearts 4 is what you do, instead of let's make Kingdom Hearts a PlayStation exclusive. Because
Which
it benefits
3 wasn't.
Sony. It doesn't. Yeah. And look at 80%, I believe, of 3 sales were on PlayStation 4, and so it's.
I do want to just say, for a lot of people who are like, well, why didn't Remake just be multi-plat from the beginning?
Yeah.
I feel like this could just me being narrow-sighted, but it's one of those things where I think Final Fantasy VII is PlayStation.
Right.
It's only ever been on PlayStation, really, except for the PC ports that you can play everywhere now.
Yeah.
Like,
And
it's
to me,
synonymous with PlayStation, so the fact that the remake was a PlayStation exclusive makes sense, and all future ones would also get a little bit of PlayStation exclusivity until they're all out, and then they'll go everywhere.
hopefully.
But I have no problem with it going multi-platform, but I just wanted to mention, to me, it is PlayStation first and foremost. It just is one of those IPs that are tied to a specific console.
Absolutely. And I think the one thing that's absolutely killing Square is the fact that these games are not going out day and date on both PlayStation and PC at the very least.
Yep.
I think that really hurts them.
Yep.
Because, it goes to show every time there is a PC release, the PC release does fine, but it's old games old mentality and people are on to the next thing already, and that hurts it. So, yeah, things need to be day and date. I think you can have that close relationship, but making it so that, maybe PlayStation has the exclusive marketing is probably better for you.
Also,
and they're also probably thinking about the cash that Phil might throw at them, going, hey, actually, let's put Kingdom Hearts marketing on Xbox.
Yeah. I also just don't want to watch another Nintendo Direct where there's 3 Square Enix farming RPG games. Because I believe there was a Direct not that long ago where there was 3 Square Enix games that you couldn't really tell apart from each other.
Various Day Life or something like that.
Like they cannibalize each other.
Absolutely.
So they need to do a little bit more talking in the studio and be like, hey, we're working on this. All right, let's not do that now. Like, we could do that.
And maybe
next
we
or
use
something.
different font for the title.
Yeah, just a little bit, make it different enough.
Yeah. All right, fair enough.
But do you have I know you mentioned briefly, like, back catalog, like, dive deep into that and bring them back. Do you have another example?
That's oh my god, what's the one that's coming out in the summer? Oh my goodness gracious. Secrets of Mana.
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, that is something that I'm actually legitimately excited for the first time. I'm like, this actually looks really good. So, like, even as someone who isn't a JRPG person, there are ways to entice me to get things. Like, even before on the pre-show, I'm like, I think I might mess around with a Dragon Quest.
Sure.
Like, stuff like that could get me enticed in.
Yeah. I mean, I just keep remaking Final Fantasy games and I'll be happy. do it to Chrono Trigger as well.
Yeah.
Give me I believe it was Square Enix, a
Chrono
Vagrant
Trigger would
story.
be good. Yeah.
More Star Oceans, but in the classic Star Oceans. And yes, I know I haven't played the remaster yet. I will eventually.
Big fan.
I am a huge fan. I beat that game over 10 times when I was younger. Parasite Eve, thank you, Jeeves. Parasite Eve?
Yeah.
Like, dive into that kind of stuff,
Yeah, fair. All right, Kyle. It's time we get into the last major topic before we get into the flash news.
Time to go into latitude mode.
Let's go, BB.
Microsoft's quest for short-term money is doing long-term damage to Windows, Surface, Xbox, and beyond. Jez Corden from Windows Central writes, most of Xbox's lifespan over the past 10 years has revolved around playing catch-up, and the fact they're still in the game is a miracle. These are Jez's words, by the way. Innovations like Xbox Game Pass, advocacy from Phil Spencer and his team, and building more affordable consoles like the Xbox Series S have helped Microsoft stay in the running. But now Microsoft's corporatism is infecting the goodwill and momentum Xbox has been generating in recent years, threatening to derail the hard work to rebuild. Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella previously said that he, quote-unquote, has no love for the world of console-exclusive games. Fast forward a few months, and Nadella is now celebrating with investors his strategy to move Xbox's exclusive games to PlayStation, a strategy that has been met with widespread alarm from Xbox users and confusion from pundits. The plan to move Xbox games to other platforms is codenamed, quote-unquote, Latitude internally. And I know there's debate and unease at Microsoft about whether or not this is a good idea. More upcoming Microsoft-owned games slated for PlayStation are already being developed. At least for now, they're potentially obvious games you'd most likely expect. And yes, while it's true Microsoft is a prolific publisher on PlayStation already, it has typically revolved around specific franchises like Minecraft. From what I've heard, Microsoft is pushing for no quote-unquote red line for what games could come to PlayStation, and it all revolves around Satya Nadella and CFO Amy Hood's mandate to increase every department's margins.
Ooh, Phil maybe flew too close to the sun.
I think this is hilarious.
Why is that?
Just because I joked about him, like, there is a PS5 version of Starfield somewhere, and now they're probably dusting off that code and bringing it back from the recycle bin and restoring everything and continuing work on it. Like, it's wild. It's just wild that this is the world where we live in. It's crazy to me. Our entire lives, pretty much, has been play Xbox games here, play PlayStation games here, play Nintendo games over there. And now that they're kind of all blurring together, it's just weird to me.
It's and I think that's what gets some people panicked. And I'm usually someone that doesn't like change, and this is kind of something I welcome. Maybe it's because it's games that I love that are coming over, and I don't need to necessarily go buy
games you love that are coming to the platform you love.
Exactly. So like, it's like, I don't know. I see this as an absolute win. But yeah, no red line. It means more Xbox games are coming. Again, from what I've heard on the Xbox side of things, not like my uncle works at it, like hearing from people like Jez and folks out there listening to like the Xbox 2 pod the other day, like they have another wave coming of games this year.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm more curious as what those games are. But before I get into that thought, I do want to get Cypher Primus's question out there. What's up, fellas? Do you think Microsoft going multi-plat is a good thing for PlayStation in the long run? As a consumer, I feel like it's a double-edged sword. PlayStation not having competition doesn't sound good to me at all because competition influences innovation. I mean, there's Nintendo, but come on. It's Nintendo. On the other side, more people get to play games that were once exclusive. Maybe I'm just overthinking things. I'm curious about your thoughts. I get that fear. And Kyle, if you want to cut me off. I get that fear, though. I'm not as nervous because I think the thing that is pushing PlayStation is the fact that the PlayStation 5 probably won't outsell the PS4. And them seeing, all right, consoles seemingly have a bit of a ceiling. Seeing Gen Alpha, Gen A, more hooked on tablets and PCs rather than a game console, pushes PlayStation to go do things that are different, like put their games over on PC. Again, like I'm on this. I'll die on this hill of like I do think the next PlayStation has a hybrid console. Like things that are different, I think PlayStation's doing it. Not so much because Xbox is forcing them. I bet that's why the new PlayStation Plus exists. But I do think it's also the outside threats that also push PlayStation to not be complacent. So I'm not as nervous, but I feel you. I mean, PlayStation was the first one to raise games to $70. So like, I get where that fear comes from.
I think the thing that I'm a little scared about is exactly what Cypher mentions, is not having the competition in a sense where you have to fight for everyone's attention to come to your platform and play the games you want to play, to them feeling complacent and then not getting the best games we possibly can get, and they kind of become stale. Like, I think Microsoft and Xbox is super important to be a brand and to have their own separate things still.
Identities,
to kind of like force PlayStation to adapt. I think everyone needs to adapt at some point in their life to make changes and get better at what they do. Because if you become complacent when that change does happen, it's a harder turnaround. You can't really make that switch. So having competition is super healthy. And I think the other third-party stuff is not like the type of competition that will push PlayStation forward. I think it's very much a PlayStation Xbox competition. It's that E3 image of the one hallway, and there's a giant PlayStation wall, and there's a giant Xbox wall right across from each other. Like, as stupid and fanboy as that is on paper, it helps each other do better and make better.
I'm being
games.
corrected in the chat, but I'm still unsure. They say 2K was the first to do it.
Yes, it was.
With NBA. Oh, it was? Okay,
NBA
then you know what?
Yep.
Sorry, the little birdies, they were busy telling me the showcase is next week. Or sorry, State of Play. You're right. All right. My bad. Jason writes in.
People think it's PlayStation because they announced it with the PlayStation version.
Fair enough. All right. Egg on my face. Jason X writes, PlayStation should release their exclusives to Xbox. Days Gone would be cool in Uncharted. I mean, I would like them to. You guys know me. I don't really care because I'm just playing the games and enjoying them.
I've already played them.
Yeah. So I know I got my face, but they have no reason to do that. I think the audience, they see the broader audience on PC going, they really like that. And the one thing, like PC gamers will buy games. The one thing that has been the outliner on the Xbox side is they've trained their audience not to buy games, and it's harder for an Xbox person to go out there and spend money if it's not on Game Pass. You're seeing now indie devs come out going, that's why some of us ignore Xbox. That's why if we don't have a Game Pass deal, we don't bother porting it. That has become a problem at Xbox that they need to solve. So yeah. And they also, like, why should Sony? They didn't go out there and buy something for $70 billion to prove a point. So like, no. I gotta see my heel turn. Guys, have you seen the heel turn, how I feel about Xbox right now? Because like everybody's blaming Satya. It's like, well, no one put a gun to Satya's head to go buy Activision Blizzard now, did he? Anyway. Oh God, I hate executives in C-suite so much. All right. I feel like I've become the Joker. All right.
Do you want to see a pencil disappear?
I want to see a magic trick. God.
Man, I gotta watch The Dark Knight again.
We got to, right?
It's been a while. Like, there's moments that I know and remember vividly, but there's a lot of fuzziness going on.
I used to have the voice down, now
exactly.
It's gone.
And same thing, like I'm getting the itch to watch the Robert Pattinson Batman too.
What I was thinking about this. It's the reason why I'm gonna sidetrack. It's the reason why I want to watch the Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, because I learned Matt Reeves directed both of those.
I think I told you that on air on podcast.
Right, and I'm like, well, shit. he made the best Batman, so
God, what a movie! Oh my God! What are we doing? We're shutting it down. We're gonna go watch Batman.
I'm gonna turn on the Batman right now. Are you kidding me? That said, fact. Sony has shipped 4.5 million PlayStation 5s last quarter, almost 5 times more than the Xbox Series X and S, which goes to show why they're porting their games over to PlayStation. Mm-hmm. We got a very big community that, look, I mean, Sea of Thieves is right behind me on screen. The best-selling game in April. I mean, it's one of. Like, it's awesome. Great. But gets me thinking, Kyle. Gets me thinking, it's the thumbnail that I used because I wanted to be cheeky. What are the next games from Xbox that we're going to be playing on our PlayStation 5? What games would you want to see? I will say
right now, whatever that, let's just say 4 titles.
Yeah.
Because the first one was 4.
Uh-huh.
There's no shot we get
None.
4 major Xbox IPs in the same run. Like, we're not getting Halo, we're not getting Gears at the same time.
Are you sure about that?
I'm 1,000,000% sure about that.
All right.
But that's the thing is what could it be? I could see maybe a cheeky State of Decay.
Oh,
Maybe
that's a good one.
man.
Because State of Decay 3 seemingly doing well. Maybe that's a game we get next year. It's a good thing to
maybe an older Forza Horizon.
Maybe a Forza Horizon 5.
Maybe, I don't know.
God, give Gran Turismo a run for its money.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, I mean, Mr. Probo says Hellblade 2, like Starfields. I think those are the go-tos. I would say Sunset Overdrive, but Insomniac now has the rights back to it, so we're just waiting for Insomniac to do that at this point.
Well, it's a weird thing.
Is it still Xbox's permission? Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's like a very weird thing. So
just give me Sunset Overdrive so I can play.
Yeah, break down the wall, dude. Break down the wall.
Yeah, but like my knowledge of the Xbox game library is very minimal when it comes to not the big IP. So I can't think of like any of those smaller Pentiment Hi-Fi Rush games that we got in Grounded. And I'm please correct me if I'm wrong if I'm missing a huge one.
Yeah, we got Grounded and that did fairly well too.
Yeah.
Okay, I actually think State of Decay 2 is a really great idea, Kyle, because
really
that's
quickly,
a game that has.
G says Fusion Frenzy. I'm right there with you. Bring back
Let's
Fusion
go.
Frenzy. One of my favorite party games.
Go.
Let's do it.
I mean, Luke says Recore. Fine.
Recore? Sure.
No, but like, yeah, State of Decay works because it got a game that they're coming out soon with. Here's why I think it is the Gears collection 2 and 3. You want to hype up Gears of War 6 and you want a lively community until Gears of War 6 comes out. So that's why I think this one's going to cause commotion. I do think you're going to get the Gears of War collection same day on PlayStation as you would on Xbox. I think they want that multiplayer money. It's why also like you can make a really good argument for Halo Infinite to rejuvenate that game because you know it's not doing probably what Xbox wanted it to do.
Yeah.
And so I think if you brought Halo onto PlayStation, the amount of people that are going to jump in is going to be insane.
This is not me being like, you know, poo-pooing at the idea.
Okay.
Just to me, this is just a roadblock, a hurdle I need to get over.
Go for it.
I can't imagine a mascot showing up on the other platform.
Well, remember they're making a Crash game, right?
No, I know, but Crash was on Xbox previously after the PS. But like I'm thinking like when who suggested it earlier? I think Jason, like putting Uncharted on Xbox. Like I can't. My brain can't be like Nathan Drake's like one of the faces of PlayStation. It can't be on Xbox. Master Chief is one of the faces of Xbox. It can't be on PlayStation. That's just a personal roadblock. So you saying Gears? Like there's no way.
Yeah.
Until it happens, I won't believe that it will ever happen.
Even when you see it, you're gonna have to pinch yourself.
Exactly. It's one of those like weird just mental blocks where it's like Mario showing up on a PlayStation. Like, there's no way.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Things are getting fucking weird. Yeah, no, it is weird. And I think the only reason why Halo Infinite maybe wouldn't go is like, maybe that has to be a goddamn red line for them. It's like, this is our mascot. It's only like, that's like, Satya does have the, like, it like Satya has like a button and like there's a lever.
It's the nuclear weapon. You got to put in the code.
And no, it's like a lava pit. And like Phil Spencer's family's like on the crane, and he's like, Halo on PlayStation. Make the choice. And like Phil's like sweating. His wife's like, honey, why the is it taking you for so long to answer?
It's a game. Just do it. What are you?
He's just a green man, for Christ's sakes.
I saw his ass on the TV show. What's going on? Do it.
Do it. Press the The button.
What if the next Halo game is just Halo Redline is the subtitle?
Oh, that would hurt so bad. I think though Starfield is the obvious one.
Yeah. You gotta imagine it won't be too hard to bring that over to PlayStation because they were working on that version.
Yeah.
Don't know how far into it got, but
I mean, Luke says in the chat, Halo is the red line, and it's like our 10th most popular game. Oh well, I mean, Halo, the big red line. Shit, it is weird, but I do think Starfield's the obvious choice. Maybe next year is where you put Halo on, where it kind of starts getting normal. But like by putting the big gun out there is scary. Like I don't think like Doom's coming out this year. I don't think that's skipping PlayStation.
We're getting a new Doom this year?
I mean, that's what Tom Warren said. Sorry, the birdies are telling me.
Shit.
My niece, nephew, aunt, uncle.
I can't wait to play a new Doom. That's well.
Yeah.
I would have to buy an Xbox in order for that to happen, but
you don't have to anymore because Satya's got an itchy trigger finger.
We heard that he loves the Wolfenstein series. We can't take it from him.
Yeah. I mean, Byte says, why the Halo Infinite and not the Halo Master Chief Collection?
I mean, that's a good call,
Why
too.
not both?
Why not both?
I think because Infinite is the moneymaker right now. I know they stopped production on Halo Master Chief Collection, and that team is now on to Infinite, and whatever 343 is probably a Halo whatever. But the only reason why I wouldn't think it's Infinite is because someone way smarter than me probably has the knowledge to this. Ains probably has the knowledge. It's like that team's probably moving things over to Unreal and starting on the next Halo game, starting from scratch.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but in between, I think it's a nice buffer. But it's just weird. It's just weird. Now Luke does write in. How long until Sony sends Spider-Man over?
Again, I can't answer that. It's the mental roadblock. I don't know.
I'll answer it once the check clears. Like it's gonna be the same shit with MLB The Show, where like we're all like, "Oh my god, what is PlayStation doing?" It's like, because we
do it.
Yeah, it's like, well, we need to see more sales from this. How do you get it? And they're like, son of a bitch. Okay, all right, fine. If you have to, but can we do something cool on our end to make it?
But they're gonna get old Peter face.
Exactly.
They can't get the new Peter face. They're gonna get the old one.
Yep. And you know what? We're taking the the Adidas Smile skin. That's ours.
Yeah, you can't have it.
Yeah, you get what is it? A Puma suit. All right, that's what you get.
You can't get the spider drone gadget. Yeah. That's ours.
That's ours. You son of a gun. And you know what? We're gonna take Venom out. You don't need him.
No.
You get half the arc.
You know what? Forget Mary Jane. She's not in the game anymore.
Well, the Chads are gonna love that.
Oh, fair.
Yeah.
I hate that a joke that is clearly a joke, people actually would be excited for.
I know.
It's awful.
All right, listen. Enough of that. Again, Xbox dead, PlayStation dead, Ouya forever.
No, honest question before we move on. When do you expect to hear about a line of Xbox games coming to PlayStation again? You thinking the summer show? That soon?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe a little after the summer show.
Okay.
Xbox is in this weird place, man. Yeah. They're a third-party publisher hybrid now. And like there are going to be games at that showcase that are coming to PlayStation.
Yeah.
Like no avoiding Call of Duty. And like you even having like is Call of Duty coming to Game Pass type conversations, which one would think, but
I just had the thought of watching the show and not hearing Xbox exclusive. Like every
Xbox exclusive
10 minutes or 10 seconds or whatever it was.
Instead it's like Satya doing the worst Joker impression. It's like, what? I could make a pencil disappear. I don't know why I use a knife. And then, like Phil Spencer's like family on the crane, like, please just press the button. Guns are too quick.
Could you imagine a moment on whatever stage it is, similar to a God, my brain is mush right now. Keanu Reeves coming out for Cyberpunk, where it's Phil going, all right, and introducing, and then Hermen comes out with the smoke.
I think it's not the end of the Joker card.
Sure.
you can't savor all the little emotion. You know, it's like, all right, Satya, let's wheel this man away. All right, Kyle, it's time for some flash news. Gotta go run fast. Gotta go run fast. Oh my god, I gotta beat Stellar Blade. Come on. All right. PlayStation Plus extra games for May have been revealed. You ready for this?
I'm ready.
Red Dead Redemption 2, Deceive Inc., The Sims 4, Living City or City Living, Crime Boss, Rocky City. I had a joke there. I'm going to save it. Settlers, New Allies, Stranded, Alien Dawn, Cat Quest 2, The Lego Movie 2 video game, Watch Dogs, the original. PlayStation Premium games, 2 Extreme,
Hell yeah.
G Police, Worms Pinball.
Wait,
And they're all PS1 games.
G Police, as in like
Yep.
the guinea pig movie thing? No.
No,
different game.
no, it's
Okay.
PS1. No,
That's
no.
G-Force. My apologies.
This is a bad month. I'll say it. Not good. Seen better.
Oh, you don't want to play Crime Boss?
Couldn't tell you. I no.
Put some respect on the Cat Quest games. Unironically, they are super fun.
I hear that they're really good.
They're a really good time.
I'll put respect on it.
Two Extreme was a PS1 game I played the crap ton of because I didn't have access to Tony Hawk. So that was my Extreme Sports game, and it's not the best.
Fair.
Like most PS1 games feeling. But even back then I was like, oh, this feels weird. But it's
They
like
don't have Goldfinger on here. This is
No,
odd.
no, the nostalgia factor is there for sure. We
Okay.
got the worst Watch Dogs, so that's a bummer.
That's a bummer.
Yeah. Red Dead 2, which you know how we feel about it.
Yeah.
Also, I'm trying to find the tweet.
Okay.
Yeah, a note for our PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium members. As part of our normal content refresh, a selection of titles such as Horizon Zero Dawn will leave the catalog later this month.
Yep.
So again, that remake's coming, baby.
And there's like a Lego Horizon leak.
Oh,
See, look at I almost forgot. I almost forgot to put it in doc. It apparently it's a game.
what?
Apparently.
Not more thunder draws or whatever they're called to build.
Yeah.
Long necks.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so to me, I think maybe that's a mode in the remake. You turn out everything
That'd be
Lego.
really cool.
Because like, how do you make a Horizon Lego game? Like, honestly, sounds great on paper because like you're chipping off bricks off a Thunderjaw, but like, are kids gonna get down on Horizon? Like, Horizon is, if I'm not mistaken, rated M. I'll look it up as you give your thoughts. But like,
Think so.
yeah, someone in chat, please correct us. So like, it's weird. But if anything in the PlayStation lineup,
No, it's rated T for teen.
oh, okay, then it could work. But if anything in the lineup could be Legofied, I think this makes the most sense. And if they're gearing it towards kids, well, maybe this is them like going, hey, this doesn't have to break 9 million plus units sold. Maybe this is
No, they're
maybe they
cowards.
got the scope right.
Last of Us Lego. That's the right one.
I mean, that would be dope. That would be dope. Shoot, what Ratchet and Clank Lego would be fun. Days Gone would sadly get a Mega Bloks.
Oh God! Please remind me. I'm sorry, everyone listening, watching. I can't tell
Okay.
you here. Remind me to tell you a funny story after we record.
All right, fair enough.
I
Did a
can't
little
talk
birdie tell
about
you
it.
something
I can't
too?
talk about it yet,
All right, fair enough.
but it's hilarious.
Yeah, I'm excited for it though. Nonetheless, like I would be day one for a dumb Lego thing.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Give me just a random collection of the biggest PlayStation moments from multiple games, just in Lego form.
Oh my God, yes.
Give me the Order 1886 in Legos.
You see the Lego penis man, you know? It's just like the cylinder brick.
Oh my God,
Very flattering.
that'd be funny.
All right, Kyle, that's some of the flashes. Here's the next little bit. Ready for this? And pre-show people, you saw this,
Yeah, we
right?
watched
If you're
it.
live on YouTube. Assassin's Creed Shadows, dated for the 15th of November. Jesus. in the first trailer. This comes from friend of the show, Kami, who writes on Twitter, Assassin's Creed Shadows details. Dual protagonists become Neo, a shinobi assassin, and Yasuke, a legendary samurai, as master their complementary styles. Neo can use stealth to avoid detection and agility to confound your enemies. So, classic Assassin's Creed here, right? It's all about stealth. Yasuke, strike your foes with lethal precision and power. Seems like something a bit more of like what we've seen on the modern day. It's like, nah, it's about bashing through the door and just wreaking havoc. Unlock new skills, gears, progression independently from each other. Set in feudal Japan, build your own network of spies to be your eyes and ears across locations to hunt down your next target. Create fully customizable hangout for your growing shinobi league. Ooh, love it. Bertos Maximus writes in. You ready for this?
Ready.
Hey, gents, gonna be straight to my question for Assassin's Creed Shadows. Now, by the looks of it, we are getting a samurai-styled Assassin's Creed. And if this is to be true, I'm sorry, they wrote this before the trailer, by the way. Would you be concerned that it would fall short because of Ghost of Tsushima, which taught us about it's dishonorable to be a ghost? So, can the story be spun differently, not to be in competition with Tsushima? Well, I would ask, what would you want to see from the game in a way that the game mechanics and storyline? That's all for me, gents. Absolutely slanger of a week. Oh, come on. And keep safe. Never stop bringing us this great content. Your friend from across the pond. P.S. I'm going to give bangers a whisper instead of a shout. Bangers. Kyle.
Yeah.
First off, your thoughts of the trailer, and then I think that I'll to answer Bertos's question, I want to know what you think about the dual protagonists.
Sure.
Is that different enough for it to break from Ghost?
Sure. Yeah. I think this was all cinematics. Ubi knows how to make a really good cinematic trailer, so it was super exciting. I love the look of the two protagonists. I'm happy that they're finally doing Japan after the first game, but seemingly they're like, make a samurai game, make Assassin's Creed in Japan. So I'm glad it's finally happening and it's this year. I'm excited. It reminds me, I'm trying to think of the other Assassin's Creed game that had two protagonists in London. It was Assassin's Creed Syndicate, and I know people enjoyed it. I don't know if it was a lot of people's favorites, but having the brother sister there and being able to play them, I think they were a little similar in play styles, so this may be having them different.
And Odyssey technically, because you're switching.
Are you switching?
Well, you get to pick female or male, but
sure, yeah. But in Syndicate you are switching between them. Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm excited. I think that they can do their own samurai story and not worry about Tsushima. Just give me a good story. And
yeah,
I'm wondering how far they lean into the Animus and the Templars, and they got to, right? Because it's Assassin's Creed, but how deep are we getting? Or are we going to get another Desmond in this one where we're outside?
I hope not.
I actually enjoyed those. So
you are literally and another person I bet out there.
I am one of few.
Very few. Because that's the thing. I'm like, I hope they don't do that. I think that's how you make this though different from Tsushima. As the chat notes, like different time periods, sure, but like in us Western minds, like not many folks I think know about the Unification Wars. And I think for them pulling from that time period, that setting lends itself well from like the Mongol invasion, which like even then like they worked around how historically that happened in Tsushima. So for me, I think making dual protagonists is the way that you make the story feel different, because now you have two different characters that are going to feel different. Like I would assume Yasuke is going to feel heavier, bigger, broader. He's going to be a bit slower, whereas Neo is going to be a bit more nimble, quick, agile, and all about the stealth. So I think that's how you make it different. And though it's a CG trailer, that's the vibes I got. It's like they're both telling this dual storyline that is interwoven into one. And so I'm curious how they pull that off, because Ubisoft is rather hit or miss with their stories, and adding two protagonists to the mix. I don't know.
I do like that
go for it.
Yasuke is based on an actual African samurai.
Yep.
That actually existed. I think that's super cool. And that is something that I think other AC protagonists don't have. Where there is no tie to an actual person that existed, and it's just like a made up character that lived in that time period. But the fact that they are using this real life person as a basis for their version of him in this game, it has me excited.
Yeah.
Even though I
the
know
Chads
very
are
little,
upset about it.
I could care less about the stupid fucking Chads on Twitter. I don't care. They're dumb and stupid.
Yeah. They're real upset.
Yeah, so like I'm excited to learn a little bit more about him. I'm excited to see gameplay. I think what Popo says in chat, like, I think AC will definitely do stealth better than Ghost.
Absolutely.
So that has me excited to have the two different types of gameplay styles in there. So
yeah. I think it looks great. I think this is now another game that, like, outside of Outlaws, I'm really looking forward to. I have genuinely so. Like, this got me hyped, because I am like, I don't know, to me, like, this is a good filler until I get that Ghost game, you know?
I will say, though, I'm still more excited. Not that I'm not for this one. Okay. I'm more excited for the Assassin's Creed, like, Salem Witch
no,
game.
not me.
That's what I'm super excited
yeah,
about.
I'm all about the feudal Japan. And again, Unification Wars, dope.
I get freaky with it, though. That's what I want. I want
fair.
some... Yeah.
Yeah. I want people to try to stone me because they think I'm a witch. Stingray X.
I mean, we can make that happen, Joe, if you want.
I mean, I live really close to Salem, so
I mean,
if my assassin happens to have a rock,
I'm closer than you, technically.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Oh, sorry, I was thinking about Sleepy Hollow.
Yes, you're closer to the Headless Horseman. I'm closer to them killing people because they could memorize a few numbers.
Which can I be real? Can I get real?
Yeah.
I think I could take on the Headless Horseman.
You think so?
Easy.
You can take on Ichabod Crane?
Yeah. Absolutely. First off, the dumb idiot lost his head for, like, dumb. Secondly, he's holding it on every time you look at him, he's holding it from the side, which means his depth perception off. He's not getting a good clear look at his surroundings. That horse is practically flying by.
Sure.
So all I got to do is trip the horse up.
How dare
a little bit. I show it like I don't know. Horses are scared shitless. Show it a mouse and they go, "Aah!" Not that guy, dumb idiot, falls off. His head's like rolls off to the side. He's like, "Oh shit!" He's patting around the ground. He's like, "I'm just trying to give me 1 second. I'm gonna scare shit. I just gotta find the head." And I just start kicking him. You know?
All right. Okay. Have you ever watched the show, the Sleepy Hollow show?
Yeah, good first season.
Was it good first season? I don't.
And then I think like season 2 they switched actresses.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was like, well, I'm not interested.
You're not invested anymore. I get it.
Yeah, but it's actually surprisingly good. Stingray X writes in, question for the Sony Pony Express. Yippee-ki-yay, you motherfucker! This is not censored cast, right? Yeah, it is now.
Oh,
yeah. In regards to the latest AC news, what is your favorite Assassin's Creed and why? Edit. I guess it's not the Sony Pony Express question, but I feel the yippee-ki-yay if you like.
No, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Favorite AC is still 2.
Odyssey. I love Cassandra so much.
I didn't put enough time into Odyssey, but I
Platinum
also
that
love
game.
Cassandra.
Yeah, respectfully. All the respect in my chest.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Next bit of Flash news. Ready?
Ready.
Gotta go fast. Shift Up director puts Stellar Blade Sony costume conspiracy to bed. This comes from Call Adam at Push Square. In an interview with Korean outlet Game About, and thanks to Games Radar, Kim explains that it came down to designing the protagonist. Eve's pristine fashion sense comes first. Other what's this? Aesthetic
Yep.
considerations must always be secondary. Quote, I don't think that because the costumes are vulgar doesn't necessarily mean they're good. So this is something that was modified for quality. As a result, there are parts of the eroticism, his words, not mine, is lessened or emphasized. This is the final product that we want to show as the intended result. Kim says that adding tights to some of the outfits lessened the visibility of cleavage, and in others wasn't made to deny thirsty gamers. Instead, these changes were added in the day one patch, represented an addition of the stylish finishing touches meant to each ensemble to the next level. That was worded very weird, but well, that's not going to stop any of these, horny losers. That's it. And the thing is, again, like I'm playing the game and I'm loving it.
Normal, Chads.
Playing it, I'm loving it, and like there are some suits that are very risque, but like it's whatever. I sometimes put on the bear costume,
sure,
which PlayStation tweeted out, hilarious. Like there are some suits out there that I'm rocking. Like there's a cool cyberpunk one, and like I got her looking like Dua Lipa, so it's like okay, Dua Lipa with a sword.
Yeah, cool.
How can I ask for more?
Yeah,
But
I almost wish he didn't say anything.
Yeah.
Not that this is a bad answer, because it's not. It's great. He's laying down the law, but also just like don't stoop to their level. Don't feel pressured to comment on it. But
I also like it's him standing his ground, not going, "Oh, Sony told me to."
Yeah.
But like no one's gonna buy it because they're all up in the conspiracy business.
Exactly.
Right. It's like, well, Grums told me. It's like, well, lay your sword and shield down, you fucking dweeb, and listen to the guy that actually made the goddamn game.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, no, I'm getting, because even like I wrote this out with the controversies surrounding Assassin. It's not a controversy. Losers that don't know history, were mad about the Black Samurai. It's like DEI detectives. Like go to sleep. It's like
go tuck yourself in. Close your eyes. Go the fuck to sleep.
Just take a damn nap because the adults are speaking. It's just like, what's wrong with people? Like, genuinely, I don't. Maybe because I was blessed to live in an area where it's like I had people of all races and creeds around me, where it's like, yeah, so what? There's a black dude on the cover of Assassin's Creed. Who cares? Like, I don't see it, but it's just like I'm so tired of people looking for things to shout about, and it really goes to show again with like, some person on one of the comments, respectfully, they weren't being mean. They're like, well, we think you're a little bit misinformed at the controversy, and it's like so many people were quick to shout at things that they don't know the answers to. Like, for example, when it came to the controversy of like, what my original theory was, is like, well, maybe, because there's one version of the game, they're listening to like, the Japanese regulators and going, okay, we'll do this, we'll do that for it. And so many people were like, that's not the case. It went gold before. And like, they forget Callisto Protocol came out, it went gold. And then weeks afterwards, they went, oh, hey, listen, we can't sell it in Japan. We're giving you guys refunds for it. Because just because a game is printed on a disc does not mean it's done. It does not mean it's finished. It does not, like 9 times out of 10, there is a day one patch. And for us reviewing games, sometimes we're playing with builds that are buggy. They are glitchy. And they literally give us lists of, hey, here's what's going to be addressed in the day one patch. Here are things that are going to be talked about or going to be patched in the future, so we know as reviewers what can be talked about or what should be talked about in terms of like performance issues. That's why you hear so many people going, it was a little rough, but they said it's going to be a day one patch, and you could kind of give them the benefit of the doubt or make your choice if you want to. But them printing some data, even for like Jedi Survivor, like 5 gigs of data on a disc, does not mean the game's done, nor is it the intended version to be played on day one. And when people throw Baldur's Gate at me, none of the sexy parts of Baldur's Gate is in the Japanese version of the game. The sex scene in The Last of Us Part 2 is not in the Japanese version of the game. So like for me, when I hear about the censorship stuff, it's like a lot of people are just talking about things that they don't know the full story of, or sometimes are just willfully ignorant to how important localization is to games and how expensive localization is to each individual game. So like there are things that get changed from the Arabic versions of a video game to the South Korean versions of a video game to Japanese, Chinese, Western, whatever the case is. Things are taken out, reworded for those cultural norms so that they don't accidentally offend people, or they don't accidentally put hard R in the video game because they're, again, South Korean and they don't know that that could be derogatory in a Western game, or sorry, Western audience. That's why they do stuff like this. So I'm just tired of it all. I'm just really tired of that still permeating. I'm just tired.
I was wondering why we didn't get a
now I need a nap. Yeah. Now I need a nap. Sorry.
It's okay.
Hey Kyle, you know what? TED Talk out of the way?
Yeah.
What you been playing, bud?
So I would say maybe only an hour and a half, very little of Animal Well.
Yeah.
My God, what a video game.
What a video game.
I can already tell it will be a little frustrating because some of the puzzles are going to be a little hard. But I am so in, and I'm going to tell you right now when it comes to our Platties later in the year, the trophy room awards.
You think this is making the cut?
This is making the cut at least for best DualSense.
Yeah.
My God, that is how you take advantage of the speaker in the controller.
Yep.
It does so many things incredibly well to just enhance you playing. Animal Well is real special. Please give it a shot. I love how they don't handhold you like at all. And it teaches you extremely well how to play the game without specifically telling you.
Showing but not telling.
And
that's
love it so much.
When it's done well, man, holy crap. It just feels native. It feels like it's an extension. Yeah, Animal Well is so damn good. It is a puzzle-based Metroidvania where it's not about killing things. It's about solving puzzles in specific areas, discovering hidden nooks and crannies, and just wow.
I think
really
I think I read a review or listened to someone talk about it, how every single screen in the game has a hidden Easter egg somewhere in there.
Yeah.
There's hidden things constantly. And Nisa in chat saying, yeah, one of the puzzles needed like 50 people to solve it because it was so hard. Like, and this goes back to when it was first unveiled. Again, this was the blog post where the maker of the game, Billy, who I met at PAX East, a wonderful individual, mentioned that it's going to be years for people to find some of the hidden secrets.
That's awesome.
That he has put in there, and I can totally understand that.
Yeah,
it's really, really cool. It's one of the year's best games, I think, so far, and I've only scratched the surface. I'm excited to get in deeper, but the reason why I haven't played more is I have finally finished FF7 Rebirth.
Yes.
Just like Two Pad Stack in chat, who just rolled the credits right now.
Nice.
I think
Congrats.
I ended roughly around 110-ish hours.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Immediately went to do all the extra things. So here's where I am on the platinum chase. Okay.
And when's the Buy the Players meet up for this?
20th something.
Okay.
Sorry, Marcus and Drellish.
Sorry, guys.
I have beaten the main story.
Okay.
I've done all the side quests.
Nice.
I have beaten all the VR stuff minus the super hard things.
Okay.
All I have left are my hard playthrough and those VR things, and I'm done. And
Nice.
Here's where it's gonna get tricky. Those VR battles show are
no joke.
hell. There was one that I spent 4 hours on, and I am nowhere even close to getting through it.
Okay.
These are so incredibly hard. They're on hard mode difficulty anyway. There are a string of 10 battles back to back. No item uses. It's really, really tough. So you got to make sure your materia loadout is perfect. I think my materia is not fully leveled to the point where I can beat it. So I do think I'm just gonna hop into hard mode and start clearing it a little bit before I attempt it again. But what a video game. I can see what people were saying when it comes to the ending, and I don't want to spoil anything because it is different. That's all I'll say. And I will say I wasn't weeping like I thought I would. But I have thoughts, and I'm excited to get into them by the players.
I am very interested. I still need to get back into it. I want to beat Stellar Blade, which I am on. I think I'm on like the second to last boss. Sure. Which the difficulty spike finally gets to a place where I'm like, oh shit, okay. all right. I died a few times on one of the bosses, and I was like, oh, because I was like listening to a podcast, and this is how you know it gets real. I turn the podcast off, and then I'm like, all right, you have my full attention.
Yeah, no outside noise. I need to lock in.
Yeah, there's a weird what I've noticed late game as well. Like there's this weird, and people have talked about it, weird like almost delay-ish to some of the blocking, where it doesn't go with the animation. Like if I feel like once you press L1, you're blocking, where it doesn't lend itself well to the animation of her blocking, which I'm used to in a game like Sekiro. So like it feels like a weird input delay. I don't know how to describe it.
Can I finally ask you, because I think the last time I asked you about this game, you didn't get to it yet. How's the sword surfing? Is it cool?
I got to it.
Okay.
Needs work. I don't feel like those parts are few and far between.
Fair.
And
they're not the selling point for sure.
They're not the selling point. And moving around them, I found to be sluggish. I was hitting a lot of stuff because I felt like, you know how like Sonic 2, the surfing?
Yeah.
Right? I thought it would be like that, and it's not. You're moving kind of like a boat, which I didn't dig. But I would say this, overall, the game's really, really, really good. I actually just wish there was more of the wide linear levels and not the open world hubs. There's like 2 big open world hubs that I'm like, this kind of feels like just a little sandbox that you just place shit in randomly. I actually like when the levels are more linear so that things are placed way better, but much more purposely. And I like that a lot more.
Fair.
But Stellar Blade is definitely on my short list for Game of the Year right now.
Hell yeah. I'm excited to get to it.
Yeah, that and Helldivers right now is it for me. But also been playing a lot of some Animal Well, really digging it as well. But I'm like I'm stretched thin when it comes to indie games right now, just games in general. So I feel like I really got to hone in, beat Stellar Blade so I could move on to Rebirth. And I feel like with Rebirth, I'm not going to try the plat. I'm just going to go for the story.
That's the thing I do just want to quickly highlight. Indie games are killing it the last couple of weeks.
Crushing it.
Not only are there a lot of them, but they're all really good from what I hear. So like there's no shortage of games for people to be playing. So whether it's Little Kitty Big City, whether it's Crow Country, Indica, Animal Well, oh my god,
Lorelei reviews are out. It's at an 85.
Eyes. Yep, the people who made Sayonara Wild Hearts, like,
oh nice.
There's stellar indie games, and there's even more coming. So like there are games out there. Expand your horizons a little bit, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Hey Kyle, are you holding on to something?
Where's the thing I've been playing with all episode? I don't know where it went.
Whoa.
Sorry, it's like an empty Advil travel pill bottle that I don't know where it went.
Fair enough. I'm
it's in
holding
my
on
pocket. There it is.
To a Starbucks cup that's actually just filled with water.
Oh, nice. Yeah. What a poser.
Prepare the drop. Here are the latest steals and deals coming to the PlayStation storefront. On May 13th, Fabledom on PS5. The Land Beneath Us on PS5. May 14th, Athena Rhapsody on PS5. Braid Anniversary Edition, which Jonathan Blow, very salty that, his game's lower on the sales.
Jonathan Blow
apparently
can suck it.
Fair enough. Madison on PS5. I don't know why. I'm not gonna get into it. I don't know the man. Madison on PS5. Kyle has personal beef. I don't know. Neptuna Game Maker R Evolution on PS5 and PS4. May 15th, Electronics Puzzle Lab on PS5, PS4. May 16th, Please Fix the Road on PS5, PS4. What is this about U.S. infrastructure? Oh, all right, half our bridges don't work. All right, PO'd Definitive Edition on PS5, PS4. Read Only Memories, Neurodiver on PS5, PS4. Stride Fates on PS5. It's a PSVR title. On May 17th, Indica, which I've been playing, but I can't say a gosh dang word about.
Ooh.
Because
Okay.
the embargo is weird, but when this episode goes live, those embargoes are out. But I can't say it because we're live right now. So just check out the previous reviews.
Yeah.
And then, hear my thoughts next week if you're on the edge. My Little Pony, a Sepher Heights mystery, PS5, PS4. Luke Lore, very excited for this. He loves the My Little Pony games. Pool Party on PS5, PS4, and No Judgments, 2024. May 18th, Eternal Light on PS5 and PS4. Kyle Stevenson, it's time for our favorite segment, but sadly the last segment of the show. It is time for the Sony Pony Express.
Yeehaw! We only got one piece of mail from the Sony Pony Express tonight.
Yeah, man, y'all covered all the topics
Exactly.
tonight.
It
Good
was
on
a
y'all.
meaty episode.
Yeah.
This comes from King Recyclops. And King Recyclops writes in, "Hey fellas, hope everyone has had a good week so far. With the reveal of Assassin's Creed Shadows, a small moment that stuck out to me was the glimpse of Neo using a grapple hook, which may double as a tool in combat. Concept art shows her using it like a rope dart. That got me thinking, what's your favorite weapon combat trope in any form of entertainment? I'm a huge fan of someone using a rope dart, kind of like Scorpion in Mortal Kombat. And I love nothing more than when an archer fires an arrow, then pulls it out of the person to shoot it again. Also, shout out to the homies like Legolas, who use arrows as a melee weapon. Thanks, and have a good one."
Yep.
I think we mentioned it earlier.
I'm more of a Gimli boy, but
Same.
Legolas,
You
respect.
can have my axe, absolutely.
God, he's so awesome.
I mean, we mentioned.
Remember when Legolas kills the guys on the elephant? He's like, that counts as one.
Yeah, shout out to him.
Look, that guy, man. God, Gimli, dude.
We mentioned it earlier, and it's not exactly like a gameplay thing. Anytime you shake a blood off of a samurai blade, or use it to wipe off in between your elbow crease, God, it's so fucking cool.
It's so cool. It's so cool.
Any type of like gun fu too, like John Wick style, like you're shooting and then you kind of spin around and just aware of all surroundings. The back-to-back moment is also awesome too.
Mm-hmm. Like the Bad Boys type of
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I love anytime there's a grappling hook ever. Like even like the one that actually comes to mind is the wolves in in Sekiro. Damn, I love that. Like how versatile his goddamn prosthetic arm is. Where it's like, yeah, it's a grapple hook, but then it's also like a gun that you can shoot from. Like the versatility out of that prosthetic is so cool, and nothing gets me more jazzed than like something popping out of an arm, or like an arm like gun to the side, like Iron Man, like with the little rocket, he shoots the tank and he's walking away, the explosion, he's just walking like a badass. That stuff gets me jazzed, gets me pretty amped.
I'm also a huge fan of. I didn't realize I loved it so much, but like with Last of Us Part 2 specifically, and Days Gone as well, like crafting silencers and putting them on pistols.
Oh, and then
using them, and then when they break, the first shot, once it breaks, it's being loud. Like, I enjoy that a whole lot.
That's really rad. What's another one? Oh my god, I just had it and it left my body for
Shout out
just
to vaulting.
Vaulting when you make a gun a bigger gun, like Bloodborne, like chink, and then it's just like it's a two-handed thing for no reason. The big cheese wheel of death, like that's the dumb weapons that make no sense, but somehow they're there. They're deadly, like
blind firing over coverage, like cover, just kind of leaning over and just like blind firing. It's great.
Like the Lancer and Gears of War soon to be coming to PlayStation, and you see like it chips off of like the little like median in the highway. It's like, oh my god, that is dope. Chainsaw on a gun makes no sense, but I'm interested.
Also, like it's not really a trope. I think it will eventually get to the trope thing, but ever since Ragnarok and we can throw the axe, I want that in all my games. Let me throw my weapon at you and then either call it back or pick it up and use it again.
And not like a thing in a game per se. Just when like they say a really badass line and they know they
nailed
Halo
it
2.
Yeah.
They're like, Chief, where are you going? To give the Covenant back their bomb. It's like, oh shit. He's about to do something freaking cool, dude.
Bad guys don't look back or look behind and walk away from explosions, whatever that is. Yeah. I mess that up big time. But
no,
it's that same kind of feeling of like something cool's going on in the background, but I don't care.
Oh, here's the thing that came to me. Like Spartan Rage.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
You activate ghost mode and everybody's like, oh shit. This guy's foot stance is strong. You know, like, oh shit. Jedi had it. I mean, Stellar Blade also has it a bit. Like, those moments are really, really goddamn cool. Video games are cool, man. Oh my god, if only they didn't go woke or whatever. All right, Nisa writes, Jeeves. Oh, sorry, wrong one. I have a question. All right, spit it out. All right, now that Asus revealed the Rogue Ally, are you guys interested? I saw, Nisa, you wrote like you've been playing a lot of the Rogue Ally in the Switch lately. Again, that's why I think PlayStation, I think a lot of them think, oh, this actually might be where people want to actually have a dedicated device.
What is up with the new one? Is it just like more powerful or what's
I think it's more about battery life.
$800. Oh my god.
What do you think?
What are we doing here? In this
I gotta pay.
We gotta play Adobe.
What is it? The Adobe shop.
That's a terabyte of SSD storage, though. That
scares the shit out of me. $750 just for that. And then again, I think Zencaster's this month, so really should think about like hopping over to the Steam Yard if we could do more. Anyway, nonetheless, yeah. No, that's too expensive for me.
It is too expensive, but for me, I need to feel it. If it doesn't feel good in my hands, then whatever.
Man. That's what she said. You know?
Whenever you used to do that used to like stop me in my tracks. I'm so used to it now. It's fine.
You're so desensitized. Yeah, bigger battery, more RAM, and more hard drive space. Also, they switched around where the SD cart is because that would get overheated because it was next to something.
Okay.
And I guess the furnace. I don't know what the PC thing is. And and right next to the thermal exhaust port and. You know, what's the thing in Back to the Future? Man, why am I blanking on Back to the Future of all things? That's how bad my memory's getting.
What are you talking? What
makes time travel possible?
Oh,
flux capacitor.
There it is.
You know? Yeah. I sat in a DeLorean once. All right. That said, Kyle, that's all we got for the Sony Pony Express.
Leather-bound books. It's the same kind of vibe.
Same vibe. Oh, that's it. That's all we got for the trophy room. What a week. Honestly, good week and 2 hour long.
Yeah.
We got to honestly, when I saw we went over 51 minutes, I was like, who cares? I'm having a blast. You know? So y'all are in for a treat for this episode. I mean, how did you like it?
Yeah.
Rate us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Really,
we had a lot of people watching live on YouTube, so if you're listening to this,
all.
Come on over 1 week and watch our dumb faces talk about PlayStation.
Yeah, come on. Water's fine over here.
Play a great game in the pre-show. Guessing games.
Yeah.
Like, we're having a good time over here.
Games. Watch the trailer, you know?
There's good and also, like, showcases are coming up. We will be live reacting to as many as we can here on YouTube, so make it happen. Come on over.
Yeah. Pre-show, you get to figure out, this is a good little gist for, like, Patreon. This Patreon episode, you get to find out, am I actually full of crap or do I actually know something? I think that's a good one. So that said, Kyle, anything you'd like to spotlight before we get on out of here?
Myself, Mr. K-Set, pretty much everywhere. 61 Indie for all the indie gaming news. We do have an Indica review up there for the PC version.
PC
So you
version.
can go read that one. We have a Little Kitty Big City review. We've got another Crab's Treasure. Crow Country's up there. A lot of really, really cool things happening over there. And if you're going to be in LA for SGF, come say hi. I'll be there. I'll be working, but I'll be there. Come say hi. Give me a hug. I'm looking forward to it.
And listen, the next few weeks are going to be odd. And I say this because I don't know a gosh dang thing, but there could be a showcase next week, the week afterwards. So just expect 2 episodes. If there is a showcase announcement, expect one where we're talking about our predictions for the PlayStation showcase, and then the showcase of that'll probably be on like a Friday, just because they typically are.
Yep.
Not because my uncle said anything.
And also to prepare you, Joe's going to Italy for a wedding. Yep. He'll miss an episode, and then I'm gonna miss an episode, and then we'll come together afterwards.
Do you have someone in mind for a co-host?
Literally, when you mentioned that, I forgot where it was. Didn't even cross my mind. I haven't
Kevin
thought about
Diaz
it yet.
is just like, yo, let me get on this.
I get to see Kevin at SGF. I'm excited.
Jealous. So that he'll be the replacement co. He is like our third chair.
Unofficial third chair.
The unofficial, yeah. Look at Kevin. He said unofficial fast. He's like, not this time soon. Yeah, I'm excited to see who replaces me. Honestly, for that week, and I can't wait to listen as like a.
Can I announce it? Actually, I'm going to announce it right now. I'm just playing.
Okay. Go for it.
Jim Ryan is joining me on the show.
Oh my God. Whoa.
Could you fucking imagine? Jim, why'd you do the things you did? Tell me.
Just curious. Is it because you're a fucking moron? Or is it like...
Show me the cat in question. Right now.
Hey, I want to see how cute this son of a bitch is. That's the reason why, Yeah, hopefully Herman's better at words. Probably is in English like second language. All right. You can find me, where, Mr. Babbitt over on Twitter. You can find the Trophy Room over on Twitter at PS Trophy Room, me over at Mr. Babbitt. You can find the live show over on youtube.com/PS Trophy Room. You can support us over on patreon.com/PS Trophy Room to get a whole bunch of bonus episodes and support the show and look good doing it. And with all that said, with all that out of the way, everybody rate us 5 stars over on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. It really does help us out. It helps grow the show, especially now that Apple's changed their algorithm. It's hurt a lot of podcasts, especially smaller ones. So it really does help us out if you hit us a 5-star review over on either platform of choice. It definitely helps us out. With all that said, with all that out of the way, everybody, keep what's about you, keep hunting, and keep playing PlayStation. See you guys.
Bye, love you.